Hi, everybody.
We got some RP to do. Oh, Scott, we did have one question. Of the new thing that we have, do we get to choose 2 out of that list, or is it 3? 3 of those things, like, you know, the hideout, the goods and services, that's the question.
3. I think I posted the exact wording for you in Regicide. Did I not pin it?
You pinned it. I think you pinned it, but I didn't. Is it 3? I just didn't see. Oh, it does say 3. I'm dumb. I completely looked over that.
No comment, but I definitely pinned it for you.
Yeah, I just didn't read the 3.
Oh, fun fact. You know that picture I sent to you guys of me growing my seedlings? You know how Tyler was, how you guys are all like, so is that pot? So funny enough, literally every person I've showed that picture of those lights to think they're pot lights. I literally had a landscaper come over to talk about these bushes. And she was like, "Oh, good, you're here." And then after like a couple of minutes, she's like, "I just have to say," because we were talking about like the garden or whatever. She's like, "I'm so happy to see that you're normal. I first came up and I saw in the front window those lights, and I was like, oh my god, is this a rave house?" And I was like, "Why does everybody think that?" And Brittany's like, "I told you they're pot lights." I'm like, "No, they're not growing lights."
My dad has those for growing his tomatoes. They are literally just
on the left side of that picture. It's tomatoes, and on the right side, it's like peppers and zucchini and cucumbers. I'm like, it's just. But everybody thinks they're pot lights.
Yep.
Anyways.
Oh, Rena, did you tweet? I forgot to retweet it.
I did. Yeah.
It's all right. Now I'll retweet because we're actually doing stuff. I felt
bad it works.
All that time for leveling up.
Oh no, it's okay.
It's okay though. I got to make Messi feel like he's not important, so I'm okay with that.
By the way, pot isn't completely legal here in Massachusetts, aside from federally. It's illegal here in Massachusetts. We can legally grow 12 plants in my house. I think 6 plants per adult 21 years or older. So with Brittany and I, it's 12 plants we can grow. We don't grow because we don't smoke, but.
That's good shit. All right, not you guys.
No, I know you're always laughing about other things. You ignore us.
Yeah, he's you know, he's messy.
Thanks, Vance. All right. First thing I wanted to get to is actually Messi. So whenever he's done reading memes.
Okay, I'll close the tab. Go ahead.
You didn't go with them because you're kind of a tool. So what did your character do immediately as they went into hiding?
Oh, yeah, I had a mission. I had to go find the people who were in charge of the little distraction that we wanted here.
Mm-hmm.
The distraction.
And then I was going to tell them to retreat. And I was going to try to do that and make it back before the other 2 were taken away to the hideout.
We're already at the hideout.
Yeah, I know. That didn't work out for me.
No. Jessica? onlyfans.com/TYFRO, Tyfro. Only $4.99. Look out for the April updates.
It's actually $3. There's a 40% off on the first 100 to be able to subscribe.
Ooh.
And I was gonna make it $1, but OnlyFans doesn't allow that.
Be one of the first 100. Just think what number you can be. Somewhere between 1 and 100. Maybe somewhere below 70 or above 65. That's the number I want to be. Tyler, let me know when I can be that number.
Never.
All right. Messi. You're trying to do this discreetly, I imagine?
No, there's a fucking war going on.
So you pull out a sword and start stabbing people?
No, I'm just trying to find someone. I'm just running around. I'm in noble clothes.
Yeah, noble clothes running towards the battle. So, which by the way, it is a war culture, so. But
yeah,
unless you're like drawing a weapon, which you don't have, and actively engaging in combat, which you wouldn't do. I imagine you're trying to do this discreetly.
I mean, I don't care if people see me, but I'm not trying to get stabbed, if that's what you mean.
So describe as you're moving towards the combat rather than away from it. Could you go ahead and describe how it is you go about doing this in a way that doesn't raise suspicion? What's
I don't care about suspicion. just don't want to get hit with arrows or swords. Not like a stealthy way. Not gonna lie, I'd rather just get in and out as quickly as possible.
Okay. So it's just a matter of being quick.
Yeah, it's all about speed.
Would you try to blend in at all?
No.
So legit, like,
It's
nothing like that.
We got people running around in the streets with swords and shit, just killing people left and right, and guards running over trying to find them. I'd probably just run around and try to find the person in charge again.
I imagine you don't want to attract attention to yourself to be attacked by either side, because you may not.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep running. They're not gonna be able to get me if I just keep running, unless I run into them, which I'm not that stupid.
So I just want to be clear. Your plan here is
run into combat as looking like a lord to talk to the opposition.
I can't think of the
being shown
reference.
And clearly seen as a traitor.
Don't you hate when you're telling a reference and you
Talk
forget
to
it
the
halfway
opposition
through?
and then run away
Like,
as fast as possible.
I
Yeah.
just kept running, Janae. Like, what the hell's that? Forrest Gump. You just want to Forrest Gump your way through it. God damn it! I could not think of that name. It was killing me. Ugh.
Yeah, just gonna force come. They don't know what my intentions are. They're not gonna see me run around like, hey, have you seen the opposition leaders? I really need to talk to them because I'm on their side. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just running.
I don't think anybody's
I'm
making that
looking for
accusation.
someone.
I don't think anybody's. I think the issue is stray arrows being pointed at
Okay,
you.
that's perfectly acceptable.
All right. Thank you, Messi. I appreciate your candor in this matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
And are you actively trying to find them like face to face, or are you just trying to get within a mile so you can mental connect to Flip?
Let me double check. I think I'm out of mental connect. Yeah, I'm all out of mental juice. I got no juice.
That's right. And with your lack of juice, do you does it require a short rest to recharge it?
Doesn't matter. I don't have enough time. I don't know if it's short or long. I think I don't have any way to recover it except for long rest.
Or even short rest would be too much time, which I agree. I just didn't know if there was any way to do it outside of those two methods.
I don't think so.
All right, cool. All right.
Oh, I can bonus action.
No, I think we looked at that last week.
That's just to get it back to the starting size. Yeah,
Correct.
That's
Yep.
all I can do.
Yep. All right, cool. So, what you're gonna end up doing is you're
Probably
gonna
end up doing that. I can do that
Yeah,
once
the
a long
time in the
rest.
brothel was a short rest.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because I don't recover anything from a short rest. So once per long rest, I can use a bonus action
There
to
you go.
reset my die to the right size. That's all.
And how do you recharge all of your dice?
Long rest.
Okay. Confirmed. So we don't need to keep saying
Yes.
the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you are making your way down there. You literally do not care if anybody's noticing you. You get in your noble outfit, but you at points of time, whether you're just like briskly walking or other points of time, full on jogging or running, trying to make your way into what's going on. You see there's various activities happening, little bits of fighting and whatnot here and there. But honestly, you're not interested in the lay soldier. Even if you do recognize them from your travel all the way from Malta to the outskirts of the city, right? Which is Reddit Slav. You're making your way all the way, trying to find like kind of where the heart of the battle is. Do you try to keep under the streets the whole time, or you, being as acrobatic and athletic as you are, going to try to kick up onto a couple of buildings and get more of a vantage point?
Yeah, I'd probably be more helpful with a better view. So I'd probably try to get a better view. I'd do the Assassin's Creed thing.
I was just about to say, with your character's athletics and acrobatics, you probably Assassin's Creed your way through the combats anyways. So you actually want to go ahead and roll me in acrobatics real quick? Hardcore parkour.
There we go.
1.
Sick.
Do you want to take
That's
it?
pretty sweet.
Would you like to take the opportunity to do some descriptive text as to how it is your character kind of makes his way throughout the city to get to where he's actually able to look down into the heart?
Yeah, so sure. So where are we starting again? We're starting in the city, like near the middle, right? Because we were in the Lord's house, and then we went to the brothel. I imagine the brothel is not on the outskirts, but it could be. Actually, I imagine it would be more on the outskirts than the middle. How legal are brothels? They're
Legal.
like everyone's cool.
Legal.
Legal.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, he'd probably just he'd be running through the city and he'd see like rubble, like maybe a building got destroyed or something for some reason or another, or bodies in the street or something he can use to elevate himself, and he'd just start climbing stuff. Just like running, not stopping, just jumping through garbage and corpses and caved in buildings or whatever, just to keep getting higher and higher and spiral himself up to the highest vantage point he can. I imagine there's probably like a church tower or something he can get to.
Oh, Lady
something like
Arabelle,
that.
baby.
Here?
Yeah, it's Renislav. You're in Paradell, of course. It's Lady Arabelle. It's the god. It's the god of the country. It's the mandated god of the country.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, perfect. I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Yeah. I know one of their disciples by name.
Rena?
The Destroyer. Yeah. Full name, please.
My apologies. I did send the package to Rita the Destroyer. I won't lie, I thought it was pretty funny with that one.
I think it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so the so you go up until you're literally at that vantage point where you're at the tower, like you said, at the top of the thing there, and from there you're able to look down, and honestly, you can see the heart of the battle, like I was saying beforehand. You can see where a whole bunch of people are fighting. You can see, of course, Flint in the heart of it all. Where else would he be?
Oh, good. Is he doing well?
Of course he is. It's Flint. He's utilizing Booming Blade. So he'll literally smash a guard with Booming Blade. And if
why was it so hard to find him if it was booming every fucking round?
No, what?
That's true.
Of
That's
course
very loud.
you caught him. Of course you found him. So he's using Booming Blade at the end of his hammer. So it's more of like
I'm
booming
not surprised
boom.
it take long.
So it's more like booming boom as he smashes the guard, and if they happen to survive that, he literally just moves away from them. He's not going to sit around and wait. He's going to try to entice them to come towards him because, there's other people to fight. And he continues moving along and using his spells and whatnot to enhance his ability. But again, mostly cantrips because he's not going to waste his higher tier spells unless he's in danger. And continue the battle, pushing it back. And from what you can see from your vantage point, perception check. Oh, with advantage, sorry, because you're way up high.
Oh, sick. Wow, I needed that. Thanks.
Are you happy with the 19, or do you want to modify that?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Okay. So with your 19 perception check, honestly, the DC is not that high. It's not crazy, I should say. You can see that while they are currently winning the battle that they're in, there's no getting around the fact that they are definitely winning the battle they're in. You also see heading from the north and the east a considerable number of soldiers moving their way in. This is a battle that cannot be won. They are 100 strong, I believe is what we said they were. 100 strong, going against the base of operations for the entire Western War that's going on here. So yes, most of the soldiers are far to the west of here on the actual battlefield, but this is where soldiers go to recoup, to have a bit of leave, to gather up new supplies, and to wait to be.
There's a base here,
redistributed in. There's more than just a base here. There's a whole bunch of spillover as well from the people coming from bases all over. So yeah, they're easily going to be defeated soon.
Okay. Let's get there. All right, I know where they are. I'm gonna try to get there as fast as I can to Flint.
So your goal is kind of drop down and jump in?
Well, am I close enough to just drop in or run there? Is there okay, do I see a cart of hay below me, perhaps?
That's how physics works.
I'll probably try to find a fast way down that doesn't break my fucking legs.
Okay, acrobatics check. Tell me that one.
I'll just jump off the tippy top of it. How about that? Hope I don't slip with an natty one. That would suck.
Oh man,
I saw the 1 and 20 flash.
Yeah, even the 2. I thought it was gonna like pop to the 2. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so with your
Yukon 1, right, Ghost? Sorry, keep going.
6. You quickly are able to kind of like slide back down the way you had come up. Run along down the rim of the building, and then once you're like low enough down, you can kind of like do one of those with enough momentum, jump off to the side and kind of roll onto the shorter building nearby, and then go to the rim of that building and jump down into, hey, look at that, a crate of hay. but just so you can jump in without anybody noticing you, as opposed to jumping in to break your fall. It's kind of like, okay, wait for a moment, and oh god, this is all, it's between my cheeks. Who would do this? And then you popping out of the thing, start running your way into the actual battlefield, easily ducking and weaving your way around the opponents there. That's mostly what the acrobatics was for. Easily ducking and weaving your way around, so you get to the point where Flint is within a good 30 feet of where you are. You can see him, but there's a bunch of combat happening around him. You're alongside a building.
Okay. Well, I'm basically out of my magic pool here, so I don't really have any option except to
I did not
run in there and do my best. I try to get to him. What am I gonna do? I can't just run over and shout for him to retreat, but oh, you know what? Maybe I can. Okay, so I'll run. Okay, let me get another vantage point above the freedom fighters here. Like maybe there's a window that I can shout out of or something that's overlooking the battle.
Well, you're literally alongside a building. Like the battle's like right there before you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll just shout if it's not too loud, if the booming blade isn't going off too much. Maybe I can shout between the thunderous cracks.
I was gonna say, Flynn! Oh, Burke, here.
Yeah. He'll shout for Flint to try to get his attention, and then shout that there are more soldiers coming, and they won't win this. And he'll shout that to him and see how he takes it. If it seems like he understands what he's getting at or not. And it's fine if the guards hear it. I don't mind.
Flint is, oh yeah, of course. Flint is not exactly the sharpest hammer in the shed. So but he can definitely hear what you're
Not
saying.
the bluntest hammer in the shed.
And you explicitly said to try to not kill people, so it's not like he was using fireball. Right?
Yeah.
Because that would be a little bit foolish. So when you make this kind of like call out to get his attention, right? Eventually he kind of like looks around and he's able to see where you are, and seeing where you are and the number of people between where you are and where he is, he realizes he's gonna have to make his way over to you. So Flint stops for a second. It seems like smash somebody nearby. It's kind of like slow him down. Stops and casts a spell. And I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but Flint has a myriad of spells. And casts Fly. And
What the fuck?
yeah. And he actually just kind of
That's awesome.
he jumps into the air and flies over to where you are, and kind of like hovering over you with this big ass, earthbreaker in his hand, his big maul or whatever it is in his hand, floating overhead. He's like, "What?"
Gather as many of the men as you can and retreat. There's no way we're gonna win this.
He's like, "Why?"
We did what we came here to do.
Did I make a good distraction?
Very good one, thank you.
He's like,
Is Scott's background accurate to what's going on behind him?
"Yep."
Probably.
Okay. Well, then I'll fix mine too. All right, keep going.
So he says, while he's kind of floating up there, he says, "Is this a fallback or full retreat?"
Full retreat.
Into Yovance?
All the way back.
He stops for a second. You mean like to a Malta? Hold on.
The guy flies off. The Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge here, so I don't. That's not the Wilhelm scream.
I know.
No,
That's
you would send him back to you, where we met Flint before, probably.
Oh. Okay. You just wanted to recoup. Yeah, so I guess back to Yovance, because they're Yovance mercenaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so back to Yovance is what to clarify, yeah.
Okay. So back to Yovance. Yep. Cool. They're actually not Yovance mercenaries, they're mercenaries out of Galdaria. But Yovance is like the war zone where they're kind of removed from all this.
Oh, okay. Sure. That's the last like big camp RP moment we had where we
Yep.
met Cadus and all them?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So there. Yeah.
Yep, cool.
They
So
can
he's
figure
like,
it out.
He's like back to the people that we fought.
We didn't fight people.
I threw a
You talk-
fireball at him.
Oh, those. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I forgot about that.
When you joining us?
Don't fight them. We'll work on our exfil later. We're in a bit of a sticky situation. We've been ID'd.
He goes, no problem. I'll send them back. I'll stay with you.
Nope. Bye.
What the hell?
You haven't been well, you've been ID'd, but we still have somewhat of a cover I'd like to keep.
Are you saying I'm too loud?
Yeah. Oh, behind you?
Oh, so hold on. Turns around, scorching rays the person with a couple of rays. You don't think that one lived?
That's fine.
You don't scold them? Oh.
Well, it's like, acceptable losses, that kind of thing. There's just a lot going on. So really, I just need to get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to save the most lives as possible, I need to get him out of here, really.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, he just reiterate, you should leave now.
He nods. He extends his hand out to you.
I've got to go back.
To shake your hand goodbye.
Oh, okay, sure.
Happy to know you're not dead.
We'll see.
We will. And then he flies up in the air and he's like, all right, men, let's go. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Why didn't you tell me? Let's go. Waving the hammer around and that's like flying off.
I'm glad Flint's in charge of that team. They're safe. They're in good hands. I'm sure we'll see all 100 of them. How many are left now? 80 something? We'll see all 80 of them.
He looks back and says, at least you didn't throw away this fortune's favor.
Who was it that gave us Flint? That doesn't matter. But thank you, whoever that was.
He does have a high charisma. He's rocking this bad boy. Appropriately
Silver
rolled.
tongue? I haven't looked yet. Oh, wow.
Appropriately rolled.
A 10.
Anyways.
Wait.
Better than me.
We can luck for him, right?
No, that was just me showing
that was
how
a
it
joke.
carried.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. How are you going to get back to your
16's
friends?
I'm going to go back to where I left them, and they said they would wait 10 minutes for me to return.
Mm-hmm.
Surely it hasn't been 10 minutes yet. Also, do I still have the mental link, or did that go away? Did we realize? We didn't have a lot of time left on it for sure.
No,
So I'm assuming with all the running around, it's
yeah,
gone.
it's bye-bye.
Okay, back to where I left them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're gone.
You're at a bakery. You're at the bakery's back door.
Was the guy was wearing a baker outfit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he not? He was? Okay. I guess I'll calmly go inside.
The back door?
Sure, if that's where we met him. I would knock on it.
So you go walking around, knocking on the back door. And someone comes and opens and goes,
I really hope
Someone
they
cast
covered
silence? How did he
their, I
sneeze
really
like
hope
that?
they covered their sneeze because they're in the back of a bakery.
Just on the pizza or in the
No.
bread?
It's
on
a
the
fresh
yeast?
loaf of bread that just came out of the oven. He sneezed
That's
right
mine
on.
now. I can't sell that.
No. They sneeze at a whole bunch of dough before it goes in the oven.
Oh, well, that's safe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because the yeast kills it. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
The heat kills it, not the yeast.
Yeah, the yeast. Yeast is just bacteria. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeast kills
it's
it.
a specific.
Type of bacteria that eats germs.
Oh my god. No.
That's how you get. That's why your bread's fluffy all the time. Is from all the bakers.
All
they
the
take turns
germs that get
sneezing.
eaten. All right, anyway.
Yeah,
we
and then the
continue. I'm
yeast
tired
eats
of
it,
this
and that's what makes it
disgusting
grow.
thing. That's not how that works.
And
Wait,
the
you've never
fire
had-
is just
you've
to
never had
warm it up for
sourdough?
you.
You ever had sourdough? No? They call it
Sourdough's the
sourdough for a
best.
reason. Anyways. All right. Bacteria never hurt anyone, like COVID-19, right? I'm not even
Isn't
joking.
COVID-19 a virus?
It is a virus. I know some of the things is genetically engineered bacteria, and I'm like,
It's a virus.
I'm like, it's a
That's
virus.
so funny.
Like
SARS.
It's definitely a genetically engineered bacteria. I'm like,
It's fucking SARS. We know it's SARS.
Well, SARS is a form of virus.
if it's a bacteria,
Yeah.
why can't we use antibiotics on it? Because it's genetically engineered. Okay.
Well,
It's a parasite, man.
We
It's
use
nanomachines.
antibiotics and everything that shouldn't have antibiotics in it to the point where we're creating massive resistant drugs.
Yes, like our
and
yeast.
bacteria.
That's what we're saying.
Not really in the United States. That's more of an issue in other countries, but yeah.
Antibacterial soap is a major issue in the United States. It needs to not be used. Regular
Sure.
soap is just as effective.
Ex-
if not more effective.
Sure, I get what you're saying there, but other countries will give out, like it's one of the issues in China is they give out tons and tons and tons of antibiotics for nothing. Like the common cold.
I
It's
mean,
bad.
we're still doing that here in the States as well.
No, here it's opioids. Like, oh,
I'm not
give
even-
the sniffles?
I'm not even gonna get into that.
How about some opioids?
Talking about all this.
Yeah. Like, oh, bad hair day. Here's some opioids.
Opioids started being used because a doctor, some dumb doctor, decided to treat pain as a disease instead of pain as a symptom, when pain is a symptom.
Your child's acting out in class. Here's some opioids for him and you.
Hey, I've noticed that Billy hasn't been paying attention in math. Would you like some of my oxy?
Yep.
Just a little bit might help.
Give some, give some to the whole family. Oxy for the
It's
family.
kind of like when they used to give children whiskey
That
Back
was
in
not
the,
bad.
back in the Western days.
Nothing wrong with that.
They still do that in Europe.
Yeah.
I meant like
they don't really
babies.
do that. They don't really do that. But they don't have. a
Hey,
drink.
pregnant women,
Anyway,
drink
back to the
this.
story of what we're actually
Yeah.
doing and the sneezing.
So-
and the-
So you go and you knock on the door. A person opens up the doorway. And
All this
apparently-
happens. Our whole side conversation is just voices in my head, really quickly playing in slow. Well, I stare at him in slow motion, right? And I'm like, "Oh,
You see
hey.
people in slow motion. Hey, Can we get a
yeah,
role
you
play of
guys
that?
don't." Yeah. What are we doing?
Did you hear that?
No.
Siri said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that here."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Here's
all
trying to
right.
get frisky.
Wow.
I gotta make sure I put this thing face down. I'm telling you, at some point in time, I'm gonna be like calling my boss at 1 a.m. while streaming, and have no idea because Siri's face up. So bad.
You can turn your
We'll be
Siri
talking about what we were talking about on Wednesday.
Let's
I
move
hope
on.
Yeah. Let's
So
Anyway,
Go watch
so
the
red
Wednesday
lady
VOD.
let's
says-
move on. So let's
Baker lady says.
Yep. Dude, I got scared over in Lost Initiative chat because somebody was like, part of the VOD got muted, and they were like, "Oh, because of indecency."
I saw that. I
Thank
was
God
like,
it was just their own headphone issues. They
I thought
scared
it
the
actually. Yeah.
I was like, "Am I in trouble?"
Like that time, Wade tried to tell everyone he was getting banned because he told a joke.
Oh no, I've never had
Really?
any strikes from anything at all. I would
Yeah.
hate to ruin that perfect record. So, but anyways,
I think I have one.
back to the game. So you go walking in, they open up the door, and immediately as they open the door, they're like, "Hey, right on top of a whole bunch of bread." And then he turns back around, I was like, "Oh, sorry about that." And then like as he turns around to talk to you, somebody else who totally just walks into the room, picks up the bread and like walks away with it, and you see them put it into an oven behind, and that's all happening while he's like, "Can I help you?" Doesn't look familiar.
Yeah. I was with someone here a few minutes ago. They must have walked off. He said he was gonna show my friends something. They by name he knew them. I don't know. Know who that might have been? Where I can find them?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, buddy.
He was wearing an outfit similar to yours.
You mean he was a baker?
It seemed like it.
He leans over and says, "Listen, we don't sell drugs here. The flour is actually flour." And he leans back and goes to slam the door shut.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. Is it raining? The rain comes down. I pull up my
listen.
coat.
You want to call us? Mind to call?
Can't.
He can't.
Really?
Yeah, I'm out of brain juice today.
Oh God. Okay.
The
And when I'm
song
out of
comes
brain
up.
juice, that means I have to eat.
The Flight of the
So-
Conchords song comes up, and it's like, "I'm not
I'm-
crying. I'm just cutting
Are you
onions."
gonna? Are you gonna
know,
sit there and
anything.
wait and hope that guy comes back?
Now I'm hungry for the first time in 10 years. I used to not eat, but now my brain juice is gone, so my stomach's hungry. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like I haven't eaten in 10 years. And it's raining, and he's pulling his coat up, but like he's getting wet and he's shivering because he's so cold. And he just hears the distance explosions of booming blade and people dying, and it's just it's definitely like a dog who got locked out of its home and it's now lost in the streets moment. So yeah, he's just sitting there, and he's gonna wait for a while, and then we'll cut back to him later.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. He's gonna walk down the street and try to find where they went, obviously. He's gonna spend some time doing some very superficial investigations.
Yep. Roll an investigations check.
Alright, natty 20, please. Or natty 1, that would be fun. 13.
I assume you want to modify that one.
You assumed correctly, sir. But I can't.
Oh. Did nothing come your way? Oh, shit. Did I click something? I clicked something. One moment. Let me make sure that nothing actually came in today, because I don't think anything did.
Okay.
Nope. Nothing came in today.
Well, I'm not feeling very lucky today.
Mm-mm.
Usually these things just work out for me, but today, not so much.
Nobody loves you. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fair.
Yep. All right.
Do I have winners? No.
It's a
No
community
wisdom.
full of mom. Nobody loves you.
All right. Well, it's a 13 today.
Cool. So with the 13, you do go walking around trying to ask questions. And at first, first in the area, it's asking like, "Oh, did Baker come by with two?" Like, yeah. We heard him talking something about his nephew or something. And then you kind of like travel a little bit further, start you on the right path. Like, yeah, I think you went that way. And then you very quickly get a cold trail. You have absolutely no idea.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the brothel. I'm just kidding. I'll try to find a place to sleep so I can maybe contact them with my brainwaves in the morning.
Messy, I don't know if you remember this stuff, but you did talk with a lot of the Senate people. You also have...
He had a very successful conversation with them. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You also have that information about the trade that was illegal that the prince was doing against Paradise rule, and that tunnel underground by the library or whatnot.
So to be clear about
Or
the illegal trade, the information about that is already like out there. Like he did an amazing job successfully spreading that information, so on and so forth.
Right.
He saw
I'm
to
talking
it
about
that
that
was going to be
underground area he found as well. The one dude that the hole at that place, the destroyed building. Isn't there that?
He does know of it. He doesn't know exactly where it is. He would have to go find it.
Yeah, so that's the other option, is you could try and go find that. That's all I was trying to say. You know what I'm talking about? The thing Laszlo sent us, the info about that.
But it's already so late. We did a lot today. I used a lot of my brain power. Might be worth just taking a long rest.
Yeah, he might just go back to the brothel, pay for the hour. Sorry, pay by the hour for like 10 hours, and then totally not use any services there, and fall asleep.
Well, I have no money, so I can't afford to.
He's gonna go into the closest gutter, cuddle up to a rat.
That's nice. All right. I'll use it as a pillow.
So I have a
as long as
question.
it doesn't bite.
What is something Yondas would actually do? Would he A, try to sleep in an alleyway? B, try to sleep onto a roof in both places and try not to get noticed? C, try to sneak into an inn that looks like it's an empty room from the outside? Or D, maybe find a house that looks empty and sneak into it for a while?
D.
Get arrested and use that prison for the night's.
Hey, that's a free night's rest, and then I can just teleport out in the morning.
Yeah. Just pour a little alcohol on yourself till you smell like alcohol. Walk up to a guy like, I'm here for my kiss, and you like have a little poop on your face, and you try to kiss them, and They're like, all right.
Are there any nobles that I established a rapport with when I
Straight
was
to
spreading
prison.
when I was spreading the information about the prince?
You know, Rita, they're into it. You have to earn that, so.
Oh.
Can you boop me your privilege thing real quick?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to. Kia!
You are welcomed in high society, and people assume you have the right to be where you are.
I can just walk into home and be like, excuse me, I've just purchased this. This whole place is mine now. You have to speak to me if you want to do anything here.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a persuasion check real quick?
I guess I could just talk to anybody, because it says the common folk make every effort to accommodate you and avoid your displeasure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
While you're doing this, I'm going to go take my meds. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What, you want to roll persuasion, you said? Sorry?
Si, señorita.
Senorita? That's not me.
Are you sure, my friend? Do you want to lock it?
I don't think we have any.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I'm glad you aced it one. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
Does
have a right to be in jail. Excuse me, I belong here. Lock me up immediately.
So you, sir, are able to walk up to a group of people.
Ooh, I got it.
I
got it. I'm going to high society.
No, the dignitary area. Pretty close to the guy's house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, those people are fighting outside, and I don't feel safe in my home. Can I stay here until the guards have apprehended the terrorists?
The dignitary area is meant for people like you.
Oh, well,
they don't live here. It's where they stay.
Then give me a warm bed now.
I just have to look at something really quickly. I can see how dumb you are.
Okay. I want oatmeal, three course meal of oatmeal immediately.
Oatmeal? That is like the most boomer.
You don't like oatmeal? I'm a pretty big fan of oatmeal.
You just start with that. I'm dying, dude.
Good evening.
So
there seems to be a lack of oatmeal. I'm noticing immediately upon entry.
There's not nearly enough oatmeal.
Aren't there servants here that can whip up a good bowl of cream of oat?
like, oh, you know what? Keegan comes right over. He's like, oats. Oh, I know about oats. I'll get you a nice bowl of oats. Won't drop them or nothing.
Thanks.
So, anyways, you,
oh, Hall House is good, though.
the only bad thing is that you never changed when you were like scouting this out before. And
it's fine. There's a bunch of shit going on outside.
Yeah, that you were a part of at the other house. So do you show up in the same clothes?
Yeah.
You don't make
absolutely.
any attempt to disguise yourself?
There's no need.
Okay, you go in there and they absolutely accommodate you and give you a room. There's no reason why they wouldn't. You've established yourself with previous conversations, XYZ, all that fun stuff beforehand. As previously stated, they absolutely have a room for you. That's not an issue. For an entirely unrelated reason that doesn't matter whatsoever, do not worry about it. Could you please choose two people in chat to go ahead and roll a D100? You should get Tesh involved. That'd be fun.
No, I want Githane. And, let's see. Oh, Belita said do me, so I'll let... Oh, but Ghost Striker 98 does have a smaller number in their name, which is pretty cool. Githane, what the fuck? Yeah, Belita. Go ahead, Belita. Belita, you were there for my Pokemon stream. You win this one. Just please roll higher than a 6. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm really hoping it was the extremes that were safe and not the middle.
Dude, Rita, if you want to purge Githane in chat, you go right ahead. You said shade they're throwing?
It's fine.
No, that's okay. You can go right ahead. You can just ban Githane for a while.
See, I should have done Ghost Striker and
Wait,
Belita. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, I do.
Of course you have the power, but don't abuse your power. That would just be
I'm
douche.
not going to abuse my power.
Yeah, you never want to do that kind of stuff.
You shall live for now.
Okay, so it's a
Sorry.
good thing I didn't go with Tesh. That's good. Glad I didn't do that.
So do you
Imagine
want,
if I had gone with Tesh and Githane, an 8 and a 25. Yeah, right. But at least I got that 88 and a 6. Or
Okay.
is it an 8?
Hey, Tyler.
Mhm.
Tyler, you have no idea what just happened, right?
Correct.
I want you to make me a decision
6.
without any context whatsoever. I want
But
you to
Honky Goose just rolled a 69.
Could you be quiet for a second, Tyler? Up here?
Yeah.
Without any context whatsoever. Githane or Bolita? Can you make a decision? Githane or Bolita?
I'll scroll. Just guess.
Bolita and Gethane both appear in my chat.
Don't worry about it. Look up here.
Wow.
Eyes on me.
I'm looking at you.
Eyes on me. Githane or
I
Bolita?
feel like I'm going Bolita.
And why are we going Bolita?
Because I was like, Githane and Bolita, I like them the same, so I'm going alphabetically. And Bolita starts with a B, G comes after B.
Belita likes the baby. She said, let's go.
That is legitimately why I chose it, Scott.
Okay. I like how Bolita's name is Bolita 300, so it's like, this is Yondis. You know?
Is that a deck save to
Not
dodge
your
the kicker?
username. Bolita starts with a B, Githane starts with a G.
So
So
checkmate.
did I do correct?
Well, Githane, how are we supposed to know in real life your name's bitch? How are we supposed to know that? Huh?
Oh,
Huh?
let's go.
Rolling that 6?
Wow, damn.
What? Oh!
Roasted.
Oh!
What was going on? Why did I have to pick something? What happened?
So tall. Oh, please
I
clip
take these
that.
off.
Somebody clip this.
Ow.
This is great.
Oh.
Bruh.
So what did I pick there? What happened? What did this decision affect?
A message
It was the
says
difference between a 6 and an 88 out of 100.
Messi more or less
And-
decided to return to the scene of the crime without ever getting changed.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
That's
oh,
not a crime.
excuse
I
me,
didn't do
officer, that knife over there, I totally forgot it. Don't mind if I pick it up. Thanks. And meanwhile, you have the National Guard all moving in on the friggin' the mall at the moment.
So what was the D100 then? An 88 versus a 6? I'm very confused.
Oh, that was driving through the other officers and the guardrail there, but yeah.
Is that
So
the likelihood of them? I'm still confused. So
I don't know
88
either.
Was the one I picked. I'm
There's a
very
high and a low.
confused.
it was a
I
really
don't-
high.
That's all I know.
It was a really high number and a really low number, and you chose the one that meant Messi does not get discovered and arrested in the middle of the night.
Oh. Oh, cool. I ended up picking the right one. All right, cool.
Or
I
does
mean, it
he?
wouldn't matter, but, you know.
Or does he?
Or does he?
So
SpongeBob
one of the
doesn't
things
have any hair.
we're gonna get to you in a second, Messi, because
Okay.
you're gonna be able to have a conversation with the other people that are down there. But first, let's
Sweet.
get back to Tyler and Rena. You guys go in. He's like tear filled in the eyes. Oh my God, I'm so glad that you've returned home. I'm glad you guys could stay here. You can clearly tell that this man must have. I think it was Rena that. No, Rena was failing. No,
I think
No.
Rena
I don't
was
remember
succeeding.
Who had the good insight?
Yeah.
Rena succeeded.
Rena was succeeding in realizing, like, oh, you think that this guy actually legitimately just lost his son
Yes.
in the previous battles, and Tyler's just filling in that slot of like a PO of like a MIA or a KIA. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Utilizing this terrible opportunity to benefit the cause that they believe in. So you are, sir. So you guys were in there, and he kind of like gave you the hug and everything. He's like, "It's been a few years since you came to the Smith, right?
It has actually.
Yeah, since you were a boy." And he looks at you and he says, "Don't tell me you know your way around."
I picked up a few things on the way.
He looks at you kind of cockeyed and says, "Are you a Smith?"
Yes.
I am.
He looks at you and goes, "Look at that, son. Going for a girl after dad's own heart." And he gives you like a clasp on the shoulder. Says, "Come along. Let me show you to your rooms. I'm sorry it's not going to be the most comfortable, but we do have the old space upstairs. We don't really need the other office anymore, so we had a couple of cots thrown in recently, and, well, you guys can just push your 2 cots together if you'd like. Come on, come on. Well, it's tough of a pillow in there, so it's more comfortable for you. And he looks over his shoulder and says, I know how much of a cuddler my son is. And he walks upstairs with you.
I've fallen.
You guys go up the creaky stairs and into the upstairs is very simple. It's just more or less you come to the top of the stairs. It's barely a hallway. Door to the left, door to the right, door straight ahead. Effectively no space between them, right?
As we walk up the stairs, Ophios goes, Rena, is cuddle another slang term?
So the room, he says, he actually interrupts. This room right here, he says, knocking on the door. He says, it's Dad's room. The rules still apply from when you were a boy. You don't go in Dad's room. And then he, just as the one across the way, goes, that's the office, as you know. So, only come in there if there's important matters, anything that you need to write down or you can keep track of. But I don't expect you two to be doing any work while you're here. You're just here for a visit. And then he opens up the door to the left. Roll a perception check.
Ophios is very distracted, apparently, during all of this.
Wondering, he has many questions. What's going on? Where are we?
So Rita, with your perception check, you actually notice that when he grabs the door handle, he doesn't just grab it like latch, not handle, sorry, door latch, old school, right? He doesn't just grab the latch and lift it. You actually see that when he grabs the latch and he lifts it, he also, one of his other fingers, because usually with the old door latches, you just grab with like your index finger, almost like hooked like this, and you lift them up, right? I'm sure you've opened old doors like that. He has his middle finger extended out as well. And it almost seems like he's reaching out to touch something else at the same time. And he lifts up at the same time. And as he does this and pushes the door open, and he starts walking in saying, and this is your room. As he's walking by, his right hand kind of just barely taps, like a quick little tap on the spot where you see over there. And you just kind of paying attention to the situation, what he's doing. You see that there is definitely something, another, not just the latch area where the door kind of click into. It looks like on the inside of the door, there's another little latch that's there, almost like a built-in little trap that must be there. You don't know if it's on any other doors, but he definitely tried to make it obvious for you, and you definitely noticed it. It wasn't easy to notice, like a good DC 16, but you blew it out of the water, so you picked up every detail. You don't know what kind of trap it is. You guys go walking into the door, and he says, you want to shut that door for me? As he goes over and goes and gets a striking stone and whatnot to go light up, get a spark going over on a tinder stick.
Yeah, I will do that. And I'll look at maybe the backside of the door, kind of in the same area, just to see if there's anything there.
Yep, so you can actually see that the backside of the door actually has hooks on it where a couple of things are draped onto. And one of the things that you see draped right in the center of the backside, the back door, or actually not the center side, to the left side, so where the, not the hinge, the opposite of the hinge where it swings open, right? You're able to see a bathrobe is kind of there and kind of draped out wide. But because you're specifically saying that you're looking, I imagine you look underneath that bathrobe and you realize there's actually a little bit of a string that's back there that if you were to touch it, you can feel it's a little slick, almost smells like a type of oil. And then that string goes all the way up to the center of the door. There's some sort of little packet that's pressed up against the door and affixed to the door. You're not sure exactly what this all is, but you have a feeling like that's meant to burn and then something happens. Explosives aren't very common, so I imagine your character wouldn't be able to put 2 and 2 together for that, right? But either way, so
he is a smith, so if any of this relates to blacksmithing, maybe
she would have to see the contents of whatever that is that's affixed to the door to be able to get that. But yeah, so he from where he is, he goes over and he takes a striking stone, and lights up a little tinder and uses that to in the center of the room above head. There's a 3-candle chandelier. He goes and he lights 2 of the candles that are up there to start lighting up the room because it's darker as you let the thing drop down. And he waits until he has both of your attention, and he stands there and he looks at you, poignantly looks at you. You quickly get the impression that he's trying to hold your attention, but doesn't say anything. And then he reaches up and with the tinder stick, you see that he taps the 3rd unlit candle a couple of times, clearly getting your attention to it. And then he lights that candle as well. And then he, lets the tinder stick go out, so he can save it, of course, for another time in the future. Once that thing's lit, you can actually see that the inside of the little chandelier that's there, because again, something very simple, but the inside of the glass seems to have a couple of like runes or whatever it is lighting across it, just for a few moments, casting those runes around the inside of the room, just for a few moments, and then it all seems to fade away back to just looking like a normally lit room. And then that's when he finally says, "You're welcome to stay here for some time. How long do you think you need?" Tone drops and everything.
We're not quite sure yet, but there is one more. Another friend supposed to be meeting us here. I don't know if he'll be able to find his way.
He nods. He says, "I was told that 3 were going to come. My brother, my son," and he gestures towards Ophios, and his wife. And then you were supposed to be bringing along a friend of yours as well. He says, looking to Ophios.
Is it not possible to speak plainly now?
It is, but I will warn you, this candle only has a few hours of burning, and every moment that we waste is a moment that's wasted. So let's be quick, and then we'll blow it out.
With that said, I think it's important that we know each other's roles, and I would best know exactly how I am supposed to be your son.
Simply put, you were an apprentice. You didn't do so well. You chose Inclame. You've been away at war. You've returned home to your father.
I can explain the finer details to him about that later. But thank you.
Could you describe him to me? I could possibly look more like him if there are anybody who know of him.
If you have the ability to do that, I would appreciate it if you didn't.
She'll shoot you a look. And then look back. Seem to... How many of you are there here in the city?
I don't know the exact numbers. A couple of us know each other because of our roles. I know of less than 10 of us.
How much do you know of us?
Little, but I know what you just did.
Ophios will look at him pointedly, expecting him to say it.
Listen, they're a very elite group of guards, Inquisition, if you will. They're going to be looking for you. The important thing to note is that they're not like typical guards. They have the ability to get information pretty well. If they've caught scent of even one of us, they know who we all are within a day or two, and it's over. So you need to just be careful. Stay here as much as possible. Stay in this room as much as possible. I understand you're not prisoners. You're not stuck here. But the less interaction you have with other people, the better. Because if you're discovered, then I'm discovered. And if I am, the whole network will be. And then we have nothing in the city. I want you to understand that as you move throughout the cities, it's very cellular. There's almost, it's very modular. There's almost nobody knows anybody. We just know that there are other people out there. So I can't give you a name. I can't give you a location. You're going to have to find them. I was told one of you are really good at finding these safe havens.
Ophios is going to show him his faction symbol and see if he acknowledges it or recognizes it in any sense, because he doesn't know at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm imagining he's more so referring to Giannis from a PC standpoint, like my knowledge. But I'm going to see if there's anything that he recognizes about the Slakona seal.
Yep, you show that and he goes, I've seen that before. Only once. It was on a parchment. You must be from higher up then. Down here, we don't have symbols, but I know that the leadership does. They have a degree more close interaction with one another. But I don't know much, and I don't want to know more. Honestly, I'd forgotten about that symbol till you showed it to me, and now it puts others at risk. Less information, the better. We understand each other?
Obvious nods.
Listen, if you know anything about blacksmithing, you're welcome to utilize what's here. Just keep a low profile. Don't go helping out any of the customers coming in or anything like that. Just stay to the side. Stay quiet. Good?
Yes, and thank you again.
He nods. If you need to speak plainly, use the candle. It's literally here for you. I won't get another one for a long time, though, so if you can leave any behind for me, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, and the
Yes.
and the door?
Oh, yeah. That's only this door has that. You just kind of like, there's you'll feel it. There's a little, almost like a pin hair wire in there. If you just like lift it as you are lifting the door, it'll stop it from striking. You don't want to be there if it's opened the wrong way.
Imagine that's worst case scenario.
It's in case somebody's trying to get you in the middle of the night. To be clear, the window, it also has a trap on it too. I didn't make these. I don't have that kind of skill. And always, if you ever light this candle or blow it out, make sure your curtain is closed. Do not draw the curtains first. Others will see the light.
Understood. One last thing.
He goes to
I
lick his
imagine
fingers, and then you say one last thing, and he stops his hand halfway up.
I imagine it's important for you to be able to recognize us.
He says, I recognize you well enough. And then reaches up and touches the candle. And when he does so, once again, you see that kind of like, it's brighter this time, but still nothing like blinding or anything like that. You see those same kind of like symbols and lights and whatnot kind of appear around the room. They last for maybe like 7 seconds or so, and then they fade away. The whole thing's like a 10-second incident of like lighting up to fading away. And he leaves just the other 2 candles lit. And he says, well, like I said, I've never been particularly good at fluffing pillows or making beds, so I hope you're able to find yourself to some degree at home.
I'm sure we can handle it from here.
He nods and says, and thank you for telling me that story about your home. I really wish that your mother was still around. She really would have loved her. And gives you guys both a kind smile. Sleep well. And he says, sleep well. I know it was a long journey. You two must be exhausted. And he goes over and you see he lifts the latch from this side, and he also does a very similar thing. But this time I imagine he kind of moves his body out sideways, so it's a little bit more obvious. And Reen, I imagine, also points it out to Ophios to a bit, so he could see it as
I was going to
well.
roll perception just to see if we could see it anyway. No.
Never mind. What should have been auto success is a failure. Just like you, Tyler.
That's fine. I'd rather roll anyway.
So you don't pick it up, but Rena can, of course, instruct you later on. And he opens the door and closes it behind him. Sweet dreams, he says through the door.
In Flacona, like she'll say to Ophios, but very quietly. Like so quiet.
So is this one of those things where obviously you guys are playing roles at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where it'd be so quiet, like your character like goes over and gives him a hug and like whispers?
Would be like, yeah, like close enough so that only he could hear it.
Yeah.
You have to play along for now. I don't know where Yondis is. I'm sure he'll find us.
I worry that and he'll whisper back, I worry if he does, given the circumstances. If you get my drift. He's referencing the door and the window traps and whatnot. But at the same time, after that, he's going to say, oh, I did get you a gift on our journey. And he's going to, out of his haversack, pull out the hood of disguise that he had and hand it to Rena.
She'll take it. What is it?
It's the Hood of Disguise.
Hood of Disguise, you said. That's right. Sorry, I'm
Yep.
trying to find it.
You can attune to it, and it can basically change the way you look. Your head. Like head and shoulders.
Is it called something else, or is it not in the in roll
I don't
20?
think it's in the rule book. I think Scott created it.
Okay, I'll just add it manually.
It requires attunement, so if you already have 3 things attuned, you'd have to unattune and reattune to something.
I would. I think the 3 things that I have is Amulet of Protection, Headband of Wisdom, I think, right?
Those are 2. The cape
And
didn't
the
require
cape,
attunement.
don't I have to attune to
Nope,
that?
the cape was not attunement.
Really?
It's not attuned. Yeah, it's just only once a day, no matter who's wearing it.
Cool.
So you might only have 2, so this could be your 3rd slot. But it makes
Okay.
it so that you can now hide as and not look like Rena the Destroyer.
Yeah, that would be nice to wear my normal. Well, I might need to like have different gear here. My armor is too conspicuous.
Looks like Paradel military armor.
I know, it might be nice to have a second set, so maybe I can craft something. That might be nice. But that would also take a lot of time. Maybe he has something that I could just use and adjust or something.
Little meta knowledge here. Your character's going to be here for at least a week.
Okay.
You could make something.
Yep. So we'll get to that week and whatnot in a minute. First, let's go back to Messy. Messy. So where you are and you're kind of like interacting with the other nobles, I imagine, first of all, you have tea because, you know, you're haughty as fuck. And so you got some leaf juice instead of the bean juice as God intended. And sitting there and yes, indeed, and indubitably and all those, and Neil, your conversation with the others, it kind of like, you know, various bits of conversation happen back and forth. You could easily fit in literally because of your upbringing, but it eventually comes around to a couple of a door opens at one point in time and somebody comes in dressed differently than the others, definitely wearing armor and whatnot, but dressed differently than the others. Could you go ahead and roll me a perception check, please? I'll get to what happens in a moment. Before I continue with everything else, would you like to modify?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
You're sure you're happy with it?
Yep.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you
think you're happy with it, but that's me.
so the person that comes in, checking on the place, they're like, pardon, so sorry to interrupt all of you, but considering what has just happened recently in the Yavanhir's estate, it's important that I, of course, investigate this building as well for everybody's safety. And they say, of course, not a problem. And so they say, I'll just begin with checking the rooms, and then we'll come downstairs and check on each of the individuals as well to make sure that you all are well. If you don't mind just staying together for a little bit. Honestly, just so you can all hold each other accountable. If anybody chooses to not want to gather, then that's the person that we'll have to investigate first. So if you could please see to that, I would appreciate it. And then they go upstairs. Obviously, Yondis is no fool. He understands that this is just to almost make the crowd do his work for him while he's going upstairs and checking all the rooms individually. While the room left behind, there was a bit of griping happening as the person's going to start investigating the rooms upstairs. Everybody chooses to stay there. Does Yondis as well? They go upstairs and they're investigating around the various rooms up there, trying to discover what they can. They're up there for like a good hour before they finally come downstairs, and people are just irritable. These aren't nobodies, right? These are all people that have either been born into or earned their status, and it's not a low one, you know? So they are annoyed that they've been kept here waiting while things are being investigated. And eventually come to join in the room where the 24 or so of you are. And when they come in, they say, again, I just wanted to give my sincere apologies to everybody for the inconvenience. As I had said previously, this is for everybody's safety, considering what has happened, what has transpired recently. Very recently. If everybody could just stay together, I just need to check on, make sure everyone's well. And he starts walking around and just kind of like walking and asking everybody a couple of questions. You know, how are you? Where were you this evening? Things like that. Kind of looking to the person next to him. You saw them as well? Yes, of course, of course. Where are you? And then somebody that, you're sitting adjacent to because you were literally having a conversation not too long ago. You come up to that person, insight check.
Okay.
I think this one's going to be very important.
They both were.
Oh,
my God.
Okay.
I feel like I'm doing really well.
Yeah, crushing it, Messi. Crushing it. Crushing your opportunities to not die here. So, you walk up and you're getting the impression that this person will obviously just doing their job. They're just a guard, right? This is their responsibility. They're an investigator. They're doing the job. You have investigators like this in literally every city. That's what they're here for. Everything's perfectly normal. And the person that you're conversing with, that you're sitting adjacent to, seems to be like the way that they're moving, the way that they're acting. They seem to be just like very annoyed with everything that's going on. This is how you're perceiving it, of course, right? So when they come walking up, and the person next to you that you've been genuinely friendly with seems very annoyed, and they come over and they're asking the person adjacent to you, "How are you?" "I'm well." "Okay, and evening is going well. I'm glad to hear it. I have to ask, where have you spent your time?" "I've spent my time the entire time here. I've been here. Ask him," he says and gestures to you.
He's been here as long as I have.
He nods and says, "Well, I'm glad to hear that. And so you've been here all day then?" He goes, "Yeah, all day. Close enough too. Listen, I should be getting investigated." And he's like, "Don't worry about it. There's no reason to get so testy. Everything's going to be fine."
I'd probably raise an eyebrow at that too. I'd be like, okay.
And he says, "Everything's going to be fine." And he looks to the person to his other side and says, "They've been here all day then?" And he goes, "I would say near enough to. Yeah, near enough to all day, but certainly well returned here well before anything happens nearby." And he nods and says, "Thank you, I appreciate it." And then he turns over to you and says, "How are you today?"
Frankly, I've been outside and I've seen this mess, and it's quite frightening. I'm not doing too well, I'd say.
Where were you?
I was in the streets not too long ago. I saw the fighting in the homes that were wrecked, and I came here for some refuge.
You are the first person I've spoken to this entire time that hasn't been here the entire time. And
Well, I fear I may be the most truthful.
He actually will nod and chuckle to that a little bit and say, "Probably the case. I do have to ask something," he says, is kind of like really like kind of like squinting his eyes and focusing on you a bit. He's like, I do have to ask though, do you have any degree of sort of like alibi as to where you may have been earlier this evening?
Sure. I was this morning. I was going to meet with the rest of the nobles at the advisors at the place that I can't remember the name of right now, but
Right
that
where
I would
you
know.
are right now.
Oh, it's here. Okay, great.
House.
I was supposed to meet everybody today, and I was here for some time, and I left to get food and walk around the city some, and that's when the fighting broke out.
And your alibi for while the fighting broke out? Certainly you weren't
Surely
alone.
someone seen me. No.
You were unaccompanied entirely.
Yes, yeah.
A man of your stature.
I like to see the sights, and having my guards and other people with me slows me down, and I don't appreciate it much.
How many guards do you have?
A couple back home, but I came here alone.
What province are you from?
I'm from Osto.
Oh, my apologies. The capital, no province. He says, your accent does actually sound like you're from Osto, so that checks out. Oh crap! There's one of those I asked.
I have a habit of traveling all over, so.
So there's one more thing I was going to ask. Oh yeah, he says,
Take your time, sir.
like I said, he focuses on you and make me a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom save. Not great at that.
or anything else.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
He says, and you were nowhere else this evening? And with no one else?
Nowhere else. Well, I wasn't here all evening. I was in the town. I did see the fighting, if that's what you're referring to.
Brothel mentioned the
Yep. He says, no problem. I'm sure there's an alibi that can stand by. I'm sure I can find some rose red alibi for you. As he stands up and says, it's quite the fragrance you're wearing. And moves on to the person next to you.
rose red. Is it the smell of the brothel?
And he
The
moves on to
honeysuckle,
the question.
I guess.
He moves on to the other people inside the area. And then eventually leaves.
Okay.
Okay. Next morning, Messy.
Do I get my goddamn oatmeal?
Actually, because of the wartime efforts, the oatmeal is like really dense
It's
in calories.
oat.
And it's
It's
full of
oats. It's not
nutrients,
dense in
and
calories.
It's like it fills you up for like long periods of time.
It's
Listen,
cheap.
the oats
It's
are all
oats.
brought to the battlefield.
You're
for the
bringing like the
soldiers.
nastiest oatmeal.
Then what do the
like-
donkeys
No,
eat? What are the?
The oatmeal is for the soldiers.
Okay, well, what you have bread? I assume. I know
wants
there's a
his
bakery
cream of
down
funny
the
enough,
road.
funny
He
enough,
wants his cream of wheat, Scott. Give him his cream of wheat.
they do bring you that evening fresh bread. You know, you're pretty sure this bread looks familiar.
This is the first time I've been hungry in 50 years. I'm gonna eat it.
Good.
And by 50 years, I don't mean 50 years, but it feels like it.
I have a feeling that the other person who said he was there the whole time it was uppity is more of the one that's odd than him. But the fact that you
Yeah, but they all
vouched
did
for him.
Okay. So anyways, you so yeah, you make your my brain's not working. So you have some bread, you eat that, you have some fruit and stuff like that. It's delicious, honestly.
No
You
fucking
forgot
oatmeal.
you forgot no oatmeal. You forgot why
Pissed.
why is it that I don't eat? Oh yeah, convenience. And also later on tonight and for the first time tomorrow, you have to poop. You actually legitimately have to like
Wow.
it's one of those things where you're like your character gets this like
What
weird
is it? Oh.
feeling. So you're like, I have to poop. Huh. It's been a while since I've had to actually poop.
Hey, waiter! Guess what?
So anyways, a strange sensation. And then just like anybody else who has a poop for a long time, it's a messy one.
The guy really looked into his soul and figured out he was at a brothel. Man.
Me?
Yeah, you're messy. You're the messy one.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
So the next morning you wake up, you have your energy back.
Okay.
Hey chat, imagine never having to relieve yourself or eat. I'm not saying you don't choose to eat. 'cause
Imagine
you
never
enjoy
having
the
to
flavor.
sleep though. Oh,
I'm not saying you don't occasionally have the chocolate cake or something like that, right? I'm not saying you can't eat. I'm saying imagine you never have to either
I
eat
would
or go to the
actually
bathroom.
really love that right now.
The efficiency
because
of it?
I forget to eat. I forget this. I slept all day today because I hadn't slept in like 2 days. So
Was that today? I thought that was yesterday.
It's every day for Tyler.
I thought I saw you tweet about it, but I thought that was yesterday. I just could just be dumb.
that was today.
Okay, today.
It's
But
every day,
I'm
bro.
glad you got sleep. But anyways, oh god, that'd be amazing if I didn't have to stop to eat. You guys see how much I eat?
Right.
Like, I went to the grocery store before I came home. I'll be home from work, and bought like the 3 containers that they sell like food and things at the deli. Like the sad size, but then like the family size, but then like the medium size. I got the medium size of seafood salad, and I put in a wrap with iceberg lettuce and cheese and avocado, and I totally ate the entire container of seafood salad, the entire avocado, and a bunch of lettuce inside 2 wraps. Took to consume all of that because I jam packed them, as well as had a ton of grapes. That's just since I got home from work. Yep. Back to the game. So you You wake up in the morning, you have all of your energy back, Messy. What does your character try to do?
I guess I'll go walk the streets, try to find that baker from the other day.
Okay, no problem. So you start walking down the streets trying to find the baker that you found the other day. We're going to go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Probably to detect if somebody's following you.
Are you happy with
I
your
would
19?
luck that. I would luck that.
I mean, that's a free 22.
Could you go ahead
Oh, I got on my psychic die bike. Oh,
bike?
I guess I could use that.
Go ahead and roll me a an intelligence check. Not save
I
check.
can in a second. Hold on. Do I have to see them to do this, or we just have to be within a mile?
It's within a mile.
Cousin.
Yeah, it's
Making bread,
within
Tyler?
a mile.
Yep. That was the
All right,
yeast
let me roll a
got up in my
D8.
nose.
Thank you for the yeast.
2, perfect. My 2 friends here. I'll try to communicate with the Rena and
check?
the Ophios. Oh, okay.
That was a
Oh.
save.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
save.
that
I
is a
said,
save.
I
That
said
is a
check.
save.
You suck.
Oh, I'm better at the save. Never mind.
Are you happy with your 20?
Yeah.
So when you get up in the morning, you're not going to be able to make a connection with them immediately. They're going to be greater than a mile
damn.
away where you are to where they are, right?
Yeah, so I guess I'll look for the baker, and while I'm walking, I'll check it.
So
every now and then.
while you're walking about trying to figure this out, you eventually realize, like shortly after you leave the place where you are, that you hear like a strange buzzing noise. Like this weird buzzing noise. It sounds very, very high pitch, almost like the top end of the sounds that a kettle makes when it's whistling, right? Like the top notes of that.
Is it loud?
But it's very faint, very, very faint.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the reasons why it was so hard for you to hear. It was actually DC 22, funny enough, which is why I wanted you to luck your old one, because you actually have a 25% chance of getting it. So you hear this like faint buzzing noise, and when you hear it, you kind of like when you hear it, it kind of like makes you think like, what is that sound? It sounds so familiar to me. Why does it sound familiar? Well, with your intelligence check there, what you come to realize is you know exactly what this noise is. This is an implant. It's a tracer. Somebody here
But I'm already Tracer.
understands some of that Loper magic, like Abstergo 13 taught you. This is the sound of a tracer that's in your mind, meaning that somebody has the ability to literally track where you are.
Okay.
Now that you know it's there, you can attempt to remove it.
That would be suspicious, wouldn't it?
Up to you.
Go back to the
I think it'd be
brothel and then
better-
remove it.
I think it would be.
There's
no,
your
I think
alibi.
it'd be better if I took the L and kept the party split for a while, as I just kind of invented a background for myself, a persona, and just went around town as someone else for a while, until maybe they stopped tracing me on their own accord.
So
Or give it like a couple days.
you don't go back to the brothel. You start trying to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, why would I go back to the brothel?
You said
Yeah,
Baker.
you
You
said
said Baker.
Baker.
You said Baker.
The baker, yeah, no. I would walk around. I wouldn't be looking for him specifically anymore.
Okay, so you
I
just
would
kind of
just be living for a couple days. I don't have any money, so that's going to be a little difficult, but
You could
You know.
coerce money out of people with your special man ability.
hey, I'm rich. Give me your money.
I mean, that is how it works,
Oh,
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You're able to
Well,
borrow
yeah.
money that way.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works. Like,
Yeah.
hello, politician. I'm going to give you $5. May I have 5 million? The politician says, why, of course. May I have $5 more? No! We'll talk soon.
Next time, why don't you give me 10 million when I ask for 5 million, and then maybe I'll give you another 5.
Duh.
yeah. You didn't outperform
That's
this year.
yeah. Speaking of performance, hey Gates. So you You make your way downtown,
Bill or Matt?
walking fast, faces past. You're have nowhere bound. Literally about later on that day, like we're talking that evening, you'll actually have somebody call out and be like, "Excuse me, sir." Yes, and you see that same guard walking up to you that had accounted for you last night.
Oh, I remember you. How are you doing? How do you fare? That's the word.
Quite well. It was a rather enlightening day, I have to say. You you mind if I ask a word with you? He looks around and says, "It's perhaps a little bit of a sensitive matter," and gestures towards the alleyway.
Sure, yeah.
And he will step to the side with you, just like a couple steps into the alleyway, nothing too far in or anything like that. Walks in with
Is everything
you.
okay?
It is. I just didn't want to embarrass you considering your status. I had to investigate where everybody was, and why they were there, and I found out why it was you were being a little dodgy. You were at the brothel
Yes.
with another woman.
Yes.
Well, he
but
says a
I'm-
woman, not another one. He says a woman.
I'm not married, so.
It was one of your guards.
Ah. Hmm. uh,
How are you playing this?
wow, you guys are pretty good at what you do, huh?
I am.
All right. Well, is that all?
It was one of your guards.
Are you asking for confirmation? You seem very confident.
May I hear your answer?
I'm sorry, what are you investigating exactly?
The location of all the people. What they were doing at the time that the
And-
the time that the prince was murdered. Since
And
it's
to-
not secret anymore.
And to finish this investigation, I have to tell you who I was at the brothel with.
This is one of your guards, correct?
See, I don't understand.
He's gonna take a half step forward and go to place a hand on your shoulder and say,
Yeah, he'll Giannis will tense up when he does that.
"Yep." He says, "I'm asking, but I don't have to."
Are you coming on to me right now? I'm frightened.
It was one of your guards.
So
mean-
it's comedic. Oh,
I don't want to help you, but
Shh.
I was at the brothel. Who I was there with was not one of my guards. But why is that important?
If she wasn't one of your guards, who was she?
She was an old friend from Osto.
A commander, in fact. What was this commander's name? I have no interest in making public the information that I find. I need to verify who it was that you were with. Her armor was rather dirty when she was found.
Okay, look, I understand the line you're going through here, but she was the one that helped me collect the information of the prince that I was talking to the other advisors about. I'd rather not disclose her, for she has done much good work for me. Sorry, I have a I have a voice pack. There was an April Fool's Day voice pack that came out on Discord. So whenever someone sends me a message on Discord, I just hear this guy go, hello, in my ear, like, really loud.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Rena, why are you DMing him, Rena? Rena, why are you cheating, Rena? Rena, why are you be cheating? Metagaming. Rena's over here metagaming.
I'm trying to talk, and I just... It's like...
Chat, what do we do?
Loud.
What do we do to metagaming?
It's so loud.
Chat, what do we do? Do we string them up?
Knows this. It's just a name.
I just want you to know, it was completely closed out and minimized. That's why the notification sound was playing. Stop! Tyler!
He just
Stop!
Hello.
If you want to know what it sounds like, go to user settings, notifications, scroll down to sound pack, and click on my uncle, so that you can view that sound pack. And then where it says message, click the little speaker icon next to it, and you can hear it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see sound pack.
User settings, notifications.
Yeah.
It's just
They take it away already?
That's all I said.
Yeah, I don't see sound pack here.
You scroll down past the text to speech notifications. It should say sound pack. There's an option there.
I see sounds. So it's a message.
Yeah, it's right above
deafened.
sounds. You don't see it right above sounds?
Oh, text to speech notifications. I see never for current.
No, it's
channel.
right below. It's in between sounds and
No,
text to speech.
not-
I'm on the
not for me.
PTB, so
It's
maybe
not for
that's
me.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from the April Fool's stuff. They
I
take
have
it
it.
away after April 1st.
Well, I still have it. I
That's
think it
'cause
might
you
be
have
because
the
I'm on the
PTB.
PTB, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Ghost Striker. Good job, buddy. Good job.
I wonder if I can
buddy.
play it. I could probably play it for you if you want to hear. Yeah, I could do it for you. Hold on.
We don't really care to hear it at the moment.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
We're not in the middle of an important RP at the moment.
Hold on.
Totally not something super important happening right now.
Okay, fine. Scott, you're such a buzzkill.
Listen, Norway, I'm trying to do this for you. You're welcome.
It's a really low D1000 though. Oh, Githane has it. Nice.
Yeah.
So Githane, you heard it, right? It's pretty loud, huh? Anyway. I'm trying to talk and I keep hearing my uncle talking to me in my ears. I was having some difficulty. Anyway. Good to go now, Scott. Stop!
You know you can mute that one specific thing.
Hello? That's what it sounds like. It's so loud. I'm gonna have to... Oh my god. I'm gonna have to mute notifications. I'm doing it. I'm going away.
You have to do that. You
Idle.
just mute Discord.
I'm idle now.
Sorry, I keep messaging him to make him get annoyed.
I'm set to away now, so I don't hear it.
How do I keep fucking up my own commands in chat? Anyway, so so he says, I don't even know what I said last because you were Rena.
Oh,
right.
you
Rena's
said
cheating.
there was a
No,
commander. Who was
it's
she?
Not,
Commander,
he
who
already
was
knows
she?
this. It's
Yeah.
my fake name.
Who was she?
That's all.
Actually, I don't think he knew that, did he? Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
Yes, he did.
We all talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before we got here.
Yep.
That's all I said.
am
Yep.
dumb, but Yondis would probably memorize that.
So anyways, he says, who was she? And he said, I don't want to do because of the investigation I did. And he said, because of the, the investigation I was doing about the prince. And he says, what investigation about the prince?
I found and showed some of the advisors that the prince had been actively trading slaves through misdocumented papers.
I have no interest in that.
Right, but there are people who do.
So she was an informant.
Yes.
There was no record of her leaving. Where did she go?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since the night everything went down.
So you're not going to give me her name or her location.
I don't have her location.
And you're not going to give me her name.
I'd rather not.
Then on to the next thing. Are you particularly athletic? You look like you might stay in shape. He says,
I
"Can you
do.
go down and
Yeah,
up again."
I used to do track and field. I run. I jog. Yes.
Did you serve?
No. I was never asked to.
Well, I imagine you were born into your station, so I don't
Trading family. Yeah.
understand why. Nonetheless, you are a good climber then, right?
It's been a while.
You're wearing very unique garb that one can notice, even from, ground.
This. Yeah. I had this custom made for the meetings. Wanted to impress.
Yeah, the same outfit you wore yesterday.
Yeah.
Same outfit while you were climbing on top of Lady Aravel's.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I wanted to view the fight. I was worried it was it's too close to home, but it was okay. I did see it. Yeah, from the church. Quite the struggle. It seems it's a fairly small group compared to our men, but I was worried that people were going to get hurt. Wanted to see it.
One more question. Most people, when I look, they are opaque crystals. It takes some effort, but eventually you can see in. There's much that you can see. But you're...
How do I look?
More like, I don't know, fractured crystals. The light gets thrown about and I can't see clear images.
What kind of god are you? I'm sorry, I just you seem to be very in touch with a spiritual nature that I'm not quite familiar with.
Not talking about spiritual nature. I can't see into you as easily as I can see into others. Were you trained to resist?
Trying to resist what?
Make it wisdom save.
Okay. Probably not gonna do well. That's alright.
That's worth lucking.
If you say so.
To be a good one.
17.
Okay. 17. So you feel his mind's trying to reach into yours. Because again, you felt this before. You're familiar with it. You throw up the typical guards like you usually would to stop something like this from happening. More or less kind of fracturing the light, trying to pass through even more. Making it so he can't view any images to get any thoughts from your mind. And he goes, there it is again. It's like, I got a glimpse before, but only a smell. That was it. I can get nothing from you.
What do I smell?
Like a whore.
Hey.
That's how I knew where to look.
Fair. Place does reek.
If it makes you feel any better, you don't actually smell like a whore. It was in your mind.
Are you drunk?
He says, I'm done playing games. And he actually will take a step back and draws his sword and says, who are you?
My name?
Nods slowly.
And, you would say his father's name.
You actually say your father's name?
Yeah, I'm gonna say my father's name.
Let me think for a second. What is your dad's name again?
Mr. Eliteland.
Wow. Oh, God. Ugh.
I don't know.
The way he pronounces it hurts, right, right, Tyler?
Eliteland.
Yeah,
That's it.
I hate it.
It's Eliteland. Eliteland.
It should be Elitin.
Eliteland.
Chat. Oh, see? Striker.
Eliteland.
Striker wants you to go to prison, so here you go.
Oh my god, 100 on a D100?
After getting 69, mind you.
That's crazy. All right, take me to jail, baby.
No. Take me
Let's
to
fucking
that
go.
jail.
I feel like his father's name should be Oscar.
We already have
Oh,
an
that's
Oscar.
his, yeah, we have an Oscar.
Oh,
Tyler.
That's a human name.
Felix.
Felix is I don't think we have a Felix. I'll take Felix.
What's your question, Scott?
No, that's his name, Tyler.
No.
Name's Felix.
Oh, it should be Ted. Nope, Todd.
Nope. Felix is the way to go, dude.
Todd.
Oh, Felix.
Why'd
Felix
you say
Elite.
Ted?
Ted-
It should be Ted.
Ted used to be an insult that we used when I was in high school. We'd be like, stop being such a Ted.
Scott naming NPCs.
But then the
like,
Ted movie came out, and you're
Ted,
like, actually, Ted's
Bob.
pretty cool.
Todd.
It's actually funny because now
Dad's name's Pog.
so now the Ted that
Neil.
there's actually a Ted that graduated, I think, with my older brother or the
My
year
dad's name
afterwards.
is Neil.
Who's actually now on TV. Like, he works for a local news station. I think in Rhode Island, though, but I see him on TV sometimes. And it's just so funny because I'm pretty sure it originated as people making fun of him. Like, don't be such a Ted, like referencing him. So, but now he's on TV, like, as a news anchor. So it's just funny to be like, it's Ted on TV.
My
So-
my father's name is Neil, so I'll say Neil Elitland.
His name is Neil.
Short for Neilius.
Oh, can you
Neil's
spell
good.
Neil for me? Is it Neil, Neal, Kneel?
Neal, sir.
Okay, so the wrong way. Okay, cool. So you spell so you say my father's Neil Elitland.
No, I'm Neil Elitland.
Oh, you say your father's name. I am Neil Elitland. And he looks
Yeah.
at you and says, Neil Elitland. Deception check. Ew.
That was perception.
Oh, I was like, he rolled so well. And he rolled the
Is that
wrong
what you
one.
you said? Which one did you
He
say?
said deception.
Deception. Roll a one, you bitch. Yes. That's
Oh.
what you get for being so dumb. Now you're
Okay.
gonna take it in the bum.
Huh? What? Excuse me?
Go to prison, boy. No, you say my father's Neil Elitland, and he actually
No,
pauses.
I say I'm Neil Elitland.
I am Neil Elitland. Whatever the fuck you want to say.
Thank you.
Insight.
Okay.
I'm so glad
Insight.
you rolled horribly because you're a dummy.
You're welcome.
You see that he pauses for a second, like he hears the name.
Regicide the going to jail montage.
He pauses for a
Wouldn't
second,
be the first time.
and then he says,
Not afraid of it anymore.
"No, you're not. He's much older than you are. How do you know that name?"
That's me. I appreciate the compliment, though.
He says, "You seem to have no weapons. Am I mistaken?"
No, you're correct.
Good. Place your hands behind your back.
Okay.
You place your hands behind your back, right?
Yeah, I do.
Turn around for me.
Okay, turn around.
Constitution save.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the 15.
Why did you have to roll high? He full on butts you in the back of the head with the sword, trying to knock you out cold clean. It's like manacles. So he tries he literally fists you in the back of the head. It's like full on like he uses the pommel of the weapon. You know what I'm trying to say. Use the pommel of the weapon to smash you in the back of the head.
I just imagine Yondis at this point going, "Ow."
Whopping 6 points of damage as it smashes you in the back of the head, but unfortunately you are not knocked unconscious from it. As you again, you're also not bound either. How do you
Should I roll initiative? Are we
I think you should roll initiative. That's
I have to roll initiative.
are we doing this tonight?
You're the one that fails all the time.
Oh, I didn't have a tracker. That's fine.
Oh, you got to clear that.
Why is Ophios on there? Yeah, I'll click my token and roll it again. But make sure you set me to... Oh, you got me already? 9. There.
Oh, I actually have the initiative thing in here. Click away. Oh, no, delete you. Click you. Initiative mod.
Did you just nat 20?
No. No. I have a modifier. It's their turn first. And so obviously, they're facing you. They tried to smash you in the back of the head and did some damage trying to knock you out. Unfortunately, it did not work out. And so he says, I was hoping to avoid this. And then he's going to use the sword to actually start attacking you. However, as he starts to attack you, could you go ahead and make me...
so weird. He punched me in the back of the head and then tries to kill me.
Well, yeah.
Because he didn't knock me out successfully on the first hit.
Yeah, but it's 5e, so I can stab you as many times as I want, and it doesn't kill you.
Don't you have manacles?
He actually says, no. Perception check.
He definitely has manacles. I don't need a perception check. 19.
19.
You smell honeysuckle.
Oh, shit.
And he's going to attack you.
What kind of god are you? This is wild.
Run out into the open and help, I'm being accosted.
Ooh, nice.
It's going to be a
How many
hit.
of those you got left? 2. Yeah, it's a hit.
Yep. And then just get my other one out of the way. That's not going to hit
That's
you.
a miss.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to hit you.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, so damage.
Yes. Roll your damage.
10 points of damage.
Ow.
As he ends up coming at you, so all of a sudden you smell honeysuckle, and he comes forward and stabs you for slashes for a whopping 10 points of damage. All right, it's your turn.
Yeah, so Yondis will grab the wound and he'll try to run, falling backwards. So he's knocked prone, holding his shoulder, whatever that was stabbed, and he'll help his hand. And you'll say, "Don't kill me, please!" And that's his turn.
Deception check with advantage.
Okay.
You're definitely going to be convincing to the various peoples in the street around as it's approaching. Like I said, it's coming up to the second evening. You know what I mean? So it's not like there's a ton of people around, but you're still inside of a city. So they definitely notice you, right? So you, Joey, nobody listens unless you use the emote. That's how it works now. Duh. Funny enough, all you have to do is press :LU, and it pops up. I suppose LUC works better. It's the top one. :LUC. Anyways, so yeah, you everybody around seems rather convinced as he steps forward. And as he steps forward and he sees like other people like react, like, what do we do? What do we do? Steps like, do I call a guard? And he'd be like, simmer down, folks. I am the guard here. And we'll start walking forward out of the alleyway as well, towards you. That's all you did with your turn, correct?
Yep, that's it.
He'll actually, because again, it's free action to interact with an object. He'll kind of, pull out guard credentials really quickly to show others that he is actually legitimately a guard, and while stepping forward towards you and say, pay no mind as I handle this menace. And he literally attacks you while you're on the ground.
Okay.
We will handle their reactions to this in 1 second. Ooh. Woohoo! I had to at least attack you once before, and I'm glad it turned into something that was worthwhile. So this will be 2d8 plus 8. Woohoo! So as soon as he comes at you and attacks you once while you're on the ground, he has the ability to attack twice, as you know. But as soon as he attacks you once while you're on the ground, you have to actually activate that on your turn, right?
That's always up.
Yep.
Oh, once per short rest. Gotcha. Gotcha. So anyway, that's just your AC. That's fine.
The last part, though.
Oh, redraw. Oh.
I fell down on purpose. I was hoping you'd crit.
So as he goes forward and he attacks you while you're on the ground, Everybody else is like, God, he's helpless, they say as he goes forward. And literally as he kind of comes down and like thrusts and stabs you, because he's like, he's helpless. He stabs you and they kind of like cry that out and shock and like disgust of what it is that this guard is doing to this helpless man on the ground. And as he stabs you, like he's got a look in his eye like, I know I'm going to be handling this. Thrusts in, he's like, Gah! And he realizes the point of his blade is kind of hit something hard. He's like, what the? And right where he meant to stab you, as he lifts up the sword, he feels, and he comes to realize that literally with your mind, you are able to perfectly mimic exactly what his blade would have done to your body, to his body. So he literally, as he pulls the sword out, he feels the kinetic blade being drawn out of his own body. As he lifts it up, he's like, and he looks confused as he reaches up under his armor, his cuirass or whatever he's got on, and he reaches under and he gingerly taps an area, and you can see the shock of pain in his eyes as he touches a wound, and he pulls his hand out to produce blood, and he looks genuinely confused, like what the hell is this? As he sees that there, and he looks shocked. I'm gonna say he does nothing else this turn, because even though technically he has another attack, he's like shocked by that just happening, everybody else reacting to him, blah 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 blah. So actually Yondis' turn now.
Great. Yeah,
Yonda's
so
gonna act like he just got stabbed.
Yondis is gonna be terrified. He's gonna scream. How would a noble scream? And he gets up and he tries to run. I'm assuming gets attack of opportunity, and he would be holding where the blade would have hit him. Yes, as he gets up to run away. And he will take the attack of opportunity if that ends up being a thing. I don't know if this guy's like too shocked that he can't do it, but if he can, it would just help sell it. So
Deception with advantage.
all right. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what? 20.
Ooh, 20. Hit it.
I will say that he is definitely going to
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, take the attack of opportunity. He doesn't have disadvantage or anything like that. He's good enough training to be able to pull his mind back together. So
Okay. This will sell it because I lost my AC bonus, so
there's
probably it.
There's no advantage, disadvantage, or anything like that in this.
Okay. That's a hit.
If only that was a
Not a
crit for
crit,
me.
though.
If only.
If only.
If only we weren't playing garbage-y.
Sorry, bro. Wow.
Trash damage. I rolled triple that last time. Gah. You and your meddling kids. So yeah, he swings out and slashes at you as you kind of go running off. And the people are like, what are you doing? What's the matter with you? Save that guy. And then literally a couple of the others rush to be between like you, where you are and where he is as he does this. And you can actually feel like his eyes kind of boring into you from behind as he like looks angrily at you. As you go running off, as you go running off and he's like looking after you, he's like, I'll find you again. I know how to find you. Could you go ahead and make me actually, let me just look this up real quick before I tell you this.
Sure.
Is this getting rid of the tracker now?
Well, I'll have to later. All right, I'm gonna unmute my Discord now.
Where's it going?
Didn't even have to give the fake name, Rena. It all worked out. I just had
Trying
to
to
take
be
a couple
helpful.
of licks, that's all. Hello? Tyler?
Hello?
Is that you?
I need an intelligence save from you.
Oh, shit. That's my worst one.
Good.
Oh, wait, no, it's not. I'm actually proficient in it somehow. There you go.
Ooh, 15.
Are you satisfied with your
If you want.
15?
You guys
Question
good
is-
with me using the last luck
Yeah.
here?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
All right. 17.
Okay, so that's going to be. You take
I'm
half.
just listening to Snaga.
You take half of this.
Oh, 7.
Ooh, another 7.
You take 7
So
points
that's-
of psychic damage.
44.
I know what he's using. I know the spell that's being used here.
He takes 7 points of psychic damage. All of a sudden, he says, "I know how to find you," and you can literally feel almost like somebody fucking kicked you in the brain. It literally
Mind
feels
spike.
like all of your
I
senses
got a
just,
migraine.
just get scrambled for a moment. Like everything kind of goes haywire. Everything's blurry for a couple of seconds. You hear strange sounds. You taste like strange flavors and whatnot just for a few moments, and that kind of like comes back into very quickly comes back into focus. It's only out of focus for just a couple of seconds, and it comes back into focus. No additional effects or anything like that happen. But yeah, you definitely felt that one as you go rushing off. But because you rushing away is move, dash, double dash, you can get out of here pretty friggin' quickly. And then you could always dash. Was it move?
Well, I
dash,
did lose
and
some
hide
movement
again.
getting up because I was prone.
Oh, I meant
take
your
the
next
crit.
turn, right?
Oh,
So,
yes, this turn. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can very quickly kind of like weave and move your way out of here and hide and whatnot. I'm not even gonna have you roll for this, especially with all those
Cool.
people in the way, and he can't be overt with his ability either. So he's definitely going to do that. Now, as you're running
Cool.
away, you once again can still feel that.
Yeah, I want to drop that quick.
Yep. So
I'll try to get rid of it this time.
for you to drop that, you just need to kind of like flood it out with a little bit of your own ability. If you actually just want to go ahead and roll me one of those d8s.
Sure. Do I need to actually roll it or just use it?
Yep,
Oh,
that's why you
well.
had to roll it. And go ahead and roll me your a
8 is
intelligence
good, right?
intelligence save.
Yeah, 8's good. It just makes my next ones weaker.
Yep.
Intelligence save. Oh.
No, that's okay. You get to you flooded it with that. That's why you had to roll it. So you get to add half of that on. So it's actually a 13. Do you want to modify your 13?
I
don't know
can't.
what
We're out of luck.
We could try.
Messy, look at me. Messy, look at me. Are you really out of luck? Do you think anybody actually?
Yes.
Aww.
We really are.
Joey
out of luck.
keeps asking for luck, but doesn't give any.
Joey does enough, I think. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, thanks, Vance.
The only reason why you didn't have it from Vance is because Vance is definitely at work right now, and so Vance is on his cell phone. So I will let you apply that luck because Vance was trying. You know, Vance is
Thanks.
hammering away at his phone. He's at work right now.
Vance, I'm gonna save your favorite character. Wait, is it 13 plus 3? Yeah, 16. Yep.
16. You gotta bore that out of your mind. You pull it out. You whip it out.
Cool.
So it's no
Now
longer
I gotta
kind of
change
done.
back into commoner clothes and ditch the noble garb, even though it was nice.
I'm not a troll. Though Scott is a
The
troll. it'd be a
garb's
funny
been
emo.
ID'd.
So anyways, yeah, you are able to kind of like bore that out of your mind. And from here, you're actually able to start legitimately hiding. As they now have a face, they now know you know a name and all sorts of other details about you. So they have so much. Now it's just important to make sure they get the rest of the details about somebody else that was seen recently. Back to the brothel they go.
Somebody else that was seen recently.
Mm-hmm.
Flint.
Flint's at the brothel. No, I told him to run.
They don't call it the booming blade for nothing, if you know what I'm saying, boys.
Did you say run or did you say have fun? I said run, Flint.
Are you talking about that other congressperson? Because they certainly haven't seen Rena or me.
They definitely saw somebody wearing armor walk into the brothel.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it now. That was days ago.
Tyler, you're safe for
Yesterday.
once.
Well, there's a reason I gave you the hood of disguise. Hey!
Flash forward a week, Rena and Tyler. So flashing forward a week for you guys.
Oh, so I just get to pass? Sweet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sweet.
You are actually bore them out of your mind. Yeah, I'm not even going to question. Who gotta roll stealth for me once?
Oh, fuck me. I'm so stupid. Here comes the natty one. Woo. Or 28.
So with a plus 12, assuming you took a 1 without rolling, so not automatically triggering a failure, you literally, like, if you walk past a first level character with a 12 wisdom, they would just barely be able to notice you. Like, taking
On my
a
worst
1.
day. Yeah,
on your worst
on my
day.
worst day.
Like that's, like, your character is very difficult to notice. So he actually can stay
Yeah.
hidden pretty well. Anyways, So Rina and Tyler, you guys have about a week pass where you guys are easily able to stay into character. You of course don't just stay inside your room or inside the blacksmith place, but you definitely try to stay very nearby as to make things not be too sketchy. Occasionally he'll be like, "Hey son, do you and your bride want to go and bride to be want to go and pick up a couple of the groceries at the local market for me? I left a list on you at the table." You know, things like that, just to try to make things come off as very natural and whatnot for you. And it gives you guys a bit of a reason to stretch your legs and get out and whatnot, right? So you all are doing these kind of tasks and are easily able to stay low-key. You have disguises. It works out. Everything works out. But during the time that this is happening, you come to discover a few different things. Rena, you were given an opportunity to make a crafting check if there was something specific that you were trying to craft in the meanwhile, and he does have access to materials. Ask me if there's anything specific you're trying to get your hands on. And mind you, there's a fucking war happening right there. So, like, he has a lot of work to do. Like, a lot of work to do. And he has his apprentices and his assistants and whatnot all working as well. It's not like there's nobody here. And they don't know his son personally. So it's not like, because these are all people that were moved in through Inclame to work for him during this. Like, these are all Inclame people working here. So none of them know who his son would be.
So
you guys get an easy pass. Yes.
Ophios is a dick. Are there any, like, pictures or drawings of what his son looks like? He's not going to make him look exactly like his son, but he's going to make, like, features.
Nothing around this place, unless you intentionally went snooping inside of like his bedroom or office.
I would not have snooped inside his office.
Then there's nothing that you see. But if you went inside those places, that'd be a different conversation.
It's one of those things that this guy is literally helping us, and he told us not to go in that room. I'm not going in that room.
Yeah, but yeah, he it's not like there's like photography, right?
Okay.
So anything like that would definitely be inside of those rooms. So moving on.
In that case, he would be playing around occasionally with Rena to try and make what Rena finds to be a somewhat attractive face.
You find out Rena's got some interesting taste.
Well, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to tell you.
Weird.
You're like, wait a second.
I look just like Yondis all of a sudden. Wait, why do I look like Elijah when he got old?
Yeah, weird.
Old Elijah, what the fuck?
She loves the handlebar. You know, she's digs the handlebar.
Oh yeah, old school for sure.
Absolutely. Handlebar and mutton chops. That's it. But
wait,
bald.
I'm Cadis now. What's that all about?
What is that about? That's weird.
Essentially, yeah, maybe he does look like Cadis now, younger Cadis.
How young?
Like adulthood.
So for a parent,
new Cadis, Cadis now. Jeez.
Cadis is parent, right? So that's 15. That's 20. That's 20. If it was adult, that's 15. But look at me, it's Dungeons and Dragons, man.
Why does Tyler look like the Yoven here? Or Ophius? He doesn't look like the Yoven here.
All right, so anyways, she's like, take me to heaven, Haven. So you they don't call it honeysuckle for nothing, honey.
Nope.
Maybe I should have switched my thing to be polymorph instead of disguise self. The only thing is then I can't change the way the armor looks. The disguise self allows me to change the way the armor looks and stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the actual game. So you reader are able to there's tons of materials around here, like a slew of different types of materials for you to get your hands on. So just ask and I'll tell you if it's something that you can actually grasp. Tyler, you however have that time. You don't really actually have anything you have to do, but you can spend time investigating that crystal.
That's what I was gonna do.
I'll allow you to roll.
That would be specifically in that room, probably with the candle lit.
I'll allow you to roll 3 times and keep the highest of the 3 rolls.
All right. So I imagine that's the Loper knowledge one.
Si, senor.
All right. A 27.
Decide if you're gonna luck it before you roll the next one. Huh, not that one.
Oh, I didn't know until you said that. I had already clicked when you said that.
You want to luck that first one?
I rolled what? A 27. That means I rolled a 15.
Or you can sit on the 27 and try to roll one more and see if it goes better.
I'm gonna luck that 27.
Go ahead. All right. And then go ahead and roll
I'm
one
gonna
more.
Roll another one, because if it's a nat 20. Nope. I picked the right one.
Yes, you did. Pick the right one. So with your 31, and it's actually pretty quickly, so you only have to light the candle the one time, right? Because that was literally your first roll.
Yeah.
You only have to light the candle the one time before you're able to discover what this is. So it only takes maybe 15 minutes of dedicated time actually studying this with your Loper magical insight eyes and whatnot activated and whatnot, while you're looking at this thing to kind of discover what's going on. And quickly you're able to realize that this crystal is an enhancing crystal, but more importantly, it's so similar to the one you always have with you.
It's not black though. It's a different color.
Correct. It's actually an orangish kind of color. That's I'm trying to see, like almost like imagine like if you look above my head here.
Yeah.
Like almost like one of these darker
Like a
shades of
smoky
orange.
orange.
Yeah. With, inclusions and whatnot inside of it, giving it a kind of like a scattered light view that you would see. But it's a very, very focused crystal. But the most important thing is, because you've seen this stuff before when you were younger, and you have pretty much all, if not all, of your memories back, that from these larger crystals, you can focus on them. You can actually give focus to these crystals. And while the whole crystal has energy, you can change it. You can by focusing and cracking off a smaller piece and make it so the rest of the crystal is useless and just have a small focusing shard for yourself. You can actually change out your focus item from whatever you've had this whole time to a much more potent one that will give you access to one more spell a day. A short rest.
My god.
A short rest.
Hell yeah. That's huge.
It is. But are you ready for the bad news?
It requires a roll. What?
Requires attunement.
I mean, that's worth it because the only other thing I'm attuned to, I can replace the Pearl of Power for it because that's basically what that Pearl of Power does.
Having both would be really nice. What else are you attuned to at the moment?
I am attuned to
The headbands, the pearl,
headband, the pearl, and the amulet of healing retribution.
Do you still need the headband?
Of intellect? That's what makes me good at Loper knowledge.
What's your native intellect?
My native intellect. Let me just take the headband off for you. And we'll see. Oh, it's a -1 modifier.
Oh, what were you, like an 8?
It's a +4 modifier. It switches into that.
It's a 5-point difference.
Yeah, that's staying on, my friend.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's a 5.
It replaces the Pearl of Power is what it does.
You had a 9. From a 9 to a 19, it's a +10 for you. And that's an uncommon item, which means in 5e you could buy that for like 500 gold pieces in the right spot. It's so stupid how 5e works. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
In Pathfinder,
upgrade
it
on
costs
Pearl of Power,
it costs 4,000 for a +2, which means your 9 would become an 11. 4,000 for a +2, whereas in 5e, depending on where you are, you could buy a +10 for 500 gold, or even if you want to charge 2,000, it's still a +10. It's so broken. 5e hurts my soul sometimes. You were saying?
I was saying, I mean, to me, Chad is talking about whether healing retribution, or like that gives me more spells, but healing retribution survivability is massive.
Healing retribution is nice because you can harm yourself and aid your friends if need be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It gives me the ability to heal people as well.
But I mean, I don't know if Yondis is attached to anything. Maybe Yondis could totally use healing retribution. Hey, Yondis, do you have any any necrotic abilities? Oh, so he can't heal himself. Hey, Yondis, do you want to hurt yourself to heal other people? Okay. Rita, do you have any? Are you already attuned to 3 magic items?
And
Yeah.
now she is, now that she has the hooded disguise.
Well, never mind.
I'm attuned to 0.
This is what I meant by like stat wise, Ophios is kind of the weakest because if I remove the intellect, it gets bad.
Stat-wise,
Anyway.
you guys all worked in the same stats.
Rena's chest plate gives her some crazy con and doesn't require attunement.
Yeah, that was. I think there are 3
I have
fortunes
bad
favors
stats.
spent
I
on
have really
that.
good skills, though.
Yeah.
3 fortunes favors spent on
Really
that.
bad stats.
Yeah, I'm
though.
just gonna say my birthday item is already gone. I guess this is my replacement for the birthday item.
Jan
Anyway,
just didn't earn it. He didn't kill the Loper.
I'll take it.
Okay. So you're going to want to crack the crystal and attune all of the power of the crystal into one small shard, so you can actually replace it on your neck. Attune to it, increasing your spells per short rest by 1.
Yeah, and that makes because Pearl of Power requires an action anyway, so that's a good, decent trade out. A slight increase.
A slight increase.
It's a significant increase. Sorry, not slight. I was thinking like word wise, just changes it a little.
That's too bad you can't keep both of them. I really wish there was a way in 5e to enhance the number of things you can attune to. Like, that'd be nice. You know, if you could attune to 3 or your highest stat mod or something like that. Like if there was some way of doing that, that'd be nice. But that is nothing. All right. Anything else? Rena? Go ahead, Tyler.
Ophios would probably talk to Rena to see if there was a way she could modify his sword to put his old focus in the hilt.
To almost enchant the sword. What is the sword currently?
It's the cold steel one that if I attack with it and take the bonus off of it, I can increase my AC.
That might
It's
be a
just-
hard
Just
one.
+2?
Yeah, it's just +2.
Just defending, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Rena?
How easy would that be? What, in the hilt you're saying?
I like the pommel, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also want to
It's
just
also
make
already damaged, so we could split it into 2, so it's on the edges of the blade, like the edges of the pommel.
I mean, get creative with it. Or in theory, Rena could just craft you a new weapon with it, because, you know, why keep your old one?
I literally just got this one. This one's brand new. And it's cold steel. This thing we waited a year for this thing. Don't give me this.
Yeah, we just
Scott.
got it.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't get it. What are you talking about?
I just need some replacement armor, I think is all I want to craft for myself. Something that doesn't look like commander armor.
Oh, you could just literally grab off the shelves, because I don't know if you remember, but
That's what I was wondering, if I could just
well, if you
grab
look
something.
if you look into Regicide, right? Our little sneaky
Yeah,
trick thing,
tools in like goods or
but
whatever.
you could also have up to uncommon magical items or basic all weapons and armor. So you can literally just
we're gonna do
take-
uncommon. We want uncommon magical items.
Well, I was going to say she could take as one of the 3 items, at least for now, because she can always return it elsewhere and get something else in the future, right? You
Yeah,
can always
yeah.
be like, well, let me just take a basic suit of friggin' armor, just so I
Well-
don't look like anything else at the moment, you know?
My
Yeah.
argument in this case is Rena doesn't wear her armor. She's supposed to look like a commoner. There's no reason for her to be necessarily sporting armor out and about right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I won't dispute that at all.
So with the hood, that's what I would say, Rena. Is I don't think it's necessary for you to grab other armor right now. If that's what you want, that's fine. I just think uncommon magical items and I think the other thing is the tools, being able to use the blacksmith stuff is more important.
That's part of the hideout though, right? Or it's just, I mean, I don't know. Because I'm just thinking for when we go to leave, because he's saying a week has passed. So, like, what are we taking with us?
Right.
And this is what we're just talking about, what we did during this time, which
Yeah, the hideout lasts for the entire time while you're here and leave, right? So you're not able to trade in the hideout for something else. Otherwise, you risk yourself before you
Oh.
leave. Yeah.
I see. I
So
see.
it's the hideout plus 2 others at the moment.
Yeah, and I think uncommon magic is probably
We're talking about
one.
Patreon, just so you guys know in chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're talking uncommon magical items, and I think being able to use their tools is more important than necessarily just free weapons and armor.
I mean, I could Saga, but like for who? We already have a lot of weapons. Unless y'all just
I mean,
need
Ophios
something,
does
but
it, but the thing is, he can't lose his. He can literally just call it back to him. So there's no reason for him to have any other weapon.
Okay. Well, what am I rolling then for? Obviously, I'm doing Smith's tools, but like, what attribute to put the crystal in the hilt for Ophios?
That's gonna be a hard one because you're literally just trying to because you're working with an item. So think about this. This is cold steel, right? This is cold iron. So it's something that you can't like heat it up and melt it and reform. It's something that has to be like tink 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 worked in just to even get a spot to put these into. You have to break the crystal the right way. And then you have to work the crystal into it and then tink 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 to almost make like a beveled edge around the crystal to kind of like hold it in place, all while never touching anything with heat. So there's a lot of vibrations smashing against the metal, which is super conductive of vibrations, against crystal, which is very brittle against vibrations. So I'll tell you flat out, is going to be a smithing check, which is going to be a high DC, but also a tinkering check for the crystal use, or gem cutting is. I think gem cutting is actually a skill as well, which is again also of high use. Now, clearly you have access to smithing stuff. You don't even need to use a thing for that. You might want to use your your tools and goods to grab like a gem cutters or whatever's tools to be able to do that aspect, right? So that might be one of the things you want to do if you're going to help Tyler with this. But in the end, if you do well enough, there's a couple different rewards that I can give to you. I have 2 different options, or you just make the sword look a little funny. So it's up to you if you want to go down this rabbit hole, Rena. I'll be more than happy to walk you through it. I'm not trying to dissuade you.
We don't need to do it necessarily tonight. We're already over time. Just.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize what time it was.
That's what I want to make sure you get your rest too.
I'm actually off of work tomorrow. I took it off to spend extra time with the family, and to help clean up and get ready for Easter. Even though we're not hosting, just like last year, we're not hosting the 50 plus people we usually do, which really sucks for my poor daughter who doesn't get to enjoy her holidays. Grr. She's been fucking poor kid. She really needs like human interaction. Anyway, so doing it so at least we can have a nice clean house and everything for when other people come over. Without my, poor wife having to do everything because I'm always working. There's 2 people that live in this house. Gotta participate, right?
You heard that right there. 2 people. Try and figure out which of the
2 adults.
She already muted you. Yeah.
2 adults. 2 adults.
How badly do you want this done, Tyler?
I mean,
because she would tell you like this is not going to be an easy task.
It's something that he's not urgently thinking about, but it's something like he wants to keep his old crystal with him. The thing literally saved his life once.
Yeah, there's jeweler's tools. There are jeweler's tools.
So it's possible that we can wait, but it's one of those things that he would probably talk to you about it.
For the hammering, the smithing, that's going to be strength, but for the jewelers, that's going to be intelligence.
Okay. I just add tinker's tools
Imagine
to my.
The jewelers.
It's jeweler's tools. Yep.
I mean, I should try the jeweler's tools. Neither of us are going to be proficient in it. I have a higher intelligence.
Lend her the thing. While you're not wearing your armor, get wicked smart.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She puts on. She's like, "Oh, indeed, Ophios. I'm incredibly intelligent now." He goes, "Me want smart gen? Me, me." She's like, "Oh, poor Ophios. I don't think you understand. I have risen to the heights of where I belong. No mine."
All right, strength for smithing tools. You said.
Si, señorita.
All right. Here we go.
Is anybody gonna Fortune's favor in this?
I guess
you want a Fortune's favor?
We are doing this. Like
Anybody want a Fortune's favor to auto succeed, or give Winifred's wisdom? Your opportunity for this is going in 5.
I don't have enough.
4.
I have 50 daddies. I'll use them all.
This is for my
2,
my stuff. Trying
his
to get
cold steel weapon.
1.
Cold steel weapon.
And
Now you have to wait for the
no Winifred's
why I
wisdom.
said
10-second
we didn't
delay.
have to
Oh
do
wait,
it.
you just got a Winifred's wisdom. You just got one from Joey.
Hey, okay. Thank you.
This is for your first roll.
Advantage.
Yep. For the easier roll.
Smith tool. Well,
I'm so scared of
that's
about
true, I
this
guess.
one.
Uh-oh.
Josh,
Hey, Josh.
we need a fortune's
Ew.
favor. Can you help me?
Josh, give us all your daddies right now.
20.
Josh, will you be my daddy?
I luck that.
12-hour D&D stream. If I did a 12-hour stream, it would be for Mass Effect.
Oh, it's a 26.
That's sexy, Rena. That's sexy. All right. Now, this is what you have to do. Did you add the jeweler's tools to your kit, Rena?
I
kit
did.
To you? Cool.
Rena has to do it. What about me? With
Oh,
my-
no.
That's not
Rena's the-
accurate. I
Rena's the
betted it
crafter.
all away. I would have had 6,000, but now I have 50.
Rena, have a headband of intellect.
Yep. No. Rena's the one doing the crafting. So, Rena, I do have to give you the you have to roll with the jeweler's tools now. I hope
Okay.
you don't roll poorly.
I
It is with intelligence.
Did I get
Yes,
another one for
want to get. Here's the headband.
You did not, and so now you have to roll in 5,
Wait,
4,
I thought I was gonna be able to do this.
3,
This is crap. This is
2,
such crap, Scott.
1. Oh! I got Daddy's dice from Plex. So, roll away, Rena.
Flex. All right, fine. Jeweler's tools and I'm sorry.
Intelligence.
What intelligence? Thank you.
I hate
Good luck.
luck that. No.
Damn, I was hoping to get a 20. I mean, it's still
Needed the
good.
20.
Could have been worse. My intelligence is not good.
So you only succeeded. Well, it's not like you rolled so horribly you ruined everything, right? But you for the higher tier, what I was looking for, you succeeded 1 out of the 2 checks. So you get the weaker version of what I was trying to do. You successfully are able to smash in with the appropriate chisels and hammer and whatnot, and just it's one of those things where the even the Sith himself is like watching you away at work, and a couple of the other people that happen to like hang out late after they leave are like, "Whoa, your future daughter-in-law can really craft, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I know, my son can pick them, huh?" Oof. It's like, yeah, look at her go. Like, nothing breaks her concentration. What the hell is she thinking about? Like somebody else is like, all I know is
It's
that
just no thoughts. Head empty.
that person has like a lot of weight on their shoulder. It's like when somebody's like just away at their. I'm sure we've all done this before. Whether it's like doing the dishes, like vacuuming a floor, building something in your shed, like whatever it is you're doing. Maybe it's the kind of work that you do at work. You just do some mindless menial task, and while you're doing it, all of a sudden you just kind of like realize that a period of time has passed where you were so hyper focused that thoughts didn't even exist. You were just like, we're in the zone. Yes, Tyler?
You were the dishes.
Was that? Would I have been able to give her advantage here because of my intelligence and knowledge of
You're
the
not
job?
involved.
I hate you.
So anyways, and it's just like watching this person like hard at work, concentrating on what it is that they're doing, just like at one with it. Well, you succeeded well, one of them, the other one you did. Okay. So you actually do successfully implant the crystals inside of it. And what you end up giving to him, the weaker of the two, is, let me make sure I click the right one. You actually give the sword the ability to cast Wrathful Smite once per long rest.
Does it do necrotic damage?
It's actually psychic damage. Bonus action. So it's a bonus action to activate concentration for up to a minute. The next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the spell ends. As an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell DC to steal its resolve, and it ends the spell. So, the little bonus extra, yeah, right there for you. What I'm saying.
What would have been the other one, just out of curiosity?
Staggering Smite, a 4th level spell instead of a 1st level one.
It's the best I could do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. The DC you had to beat on both accounts was a 22, so the first luck die you actually didn't have to do, but you know, yeah.
Oh, can we just move that to the other one? Then it's a 22.
Nope.
I hate you.
But you were.
I'm like,
it was achievable for
Ophios,
both
here's
us.
this really cool sword. And you're like, what does it do? I tell you exactly what it does. And you're like, what could it have done? And I'm like, well, I guess it could have done this. And you're like, Thanks.
He says, "What could I have done?" And you say, "You ungrateful piece of shit." And you take the sword,
Yeah.
you throw it out the window, and he's like,
Break it.
No, it's okay." And he just summons it back to his hand. I like it anyways. It's fair. Since you're magically and whatnot connected to that sword, you think every time she smashed on it, Ophi was just sitting there like,
Taking damage. It's like 20 points
You
of
do
damage in after I'm
realize-
done with
you
it.
do realize in order for that to remain there, either I had to unbind to it or be nearby, right?
"No, you don't have to be nearby."
Yeah, because
no range.
if it's literally if it's not within a certain distance of me within a minute, it
I
disappears.
think it's like a mile.
No, it's not that.
Click it
it's
in
not that.
chat. Let's read it.
Where's the Hexblade? Hex Warrior.
I don't think it's Hex Warrior. I think it's
It's on the page. Let me find it.
it's Warlock. It's it has nothing to do with archetype. It has to do with you choosing Pact of the Blade. Weapon disappears. It's more than 5 feet. Okay, you were pretty nearby. It's 5 feet. You're pretty close. You're sitting there reading. Or you unbound.
Like I said.
You're sitting there reading a book, playing with your crystal. It just makes sense. Like, isn't it so cute that the entire look? Isn't it so cute though? Like the entire time she's concentrating on smashing this, her fiance just stays right there with her by her side. Like, oh well, I really
He's
wish
like,
my
I
fiance would
physically
come by.
can't leave this spot. It's the sword.
Another craftsman is like, I wish my husband would at least get a job. Oh damn.
Salty.
So anyways, yeah, you guys finish crafting that. Tyler figures out the crystal. He's actually able to successfully craft that. He grants himself his own little benefit. And Messy's still all by himself with 0 magic items to enhance his character.
All by myself.
He wouldn't have contacted us at any point during that week.
He would have definitely kept his distance for a little while. So he didn't contact you guys once during the week, but you guys can trust that he's okay. Yondis, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Yondis? No, I'm just kidding. Yondis, do you do any
I'm in a
mental
dumpster
connection?
crying.
Do you do any mental connections to give him a heads up?
After I broke the tracker and
Probably wait
lost
till the next morning, yeah.
outfit, yeah, I'd wait probably till the next day, make sure I was good. And then once I get like a good spot, I'd be like, hey, they're looking for you out here. They're looking for me too. I gotta stay undercover. I'll let you know when things clear up.
And they're hiding us pretty well here.
I don't want to know. Click.
Hangs up.
Advantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and can't take reactions.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the other smite that it could have been.
Oh, you don't want to look at it, Tyler.
I already did.
Yeah, you don't want to look at staggering. Yeah. On a failed save, disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. Yeah, I know. I know Rena was 1 away from being able to get there, but, you know, I'm sorry.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
I have
It could
no
have been
magic
neither.
items. You could be me.
It could have been neither. So, you know, it could have just been a bunch of broken crystals inside of the sword. So, you know, that's cool.
Mhm.
All right, well. I think that's it for the evening. Next week when we pick up, we'll actually be your kids. We spent most of the session leveling you guys up, and then we did some fun RP or whatever. But next week we'll actually pick up with your characters, like, you know, leaving town. So I'm excited for Wednesday. I really want to start recording session zeros for the upcoming campaign. I'm excited for it.
You finally got the pirates?
Should I tell you guys what I'm doing with hype trains for them over in the for starting their campaign?
You should tell us after.
I'll tell you guys in the after show.
After show. You're so fucking funny, dude.
Oh, Tesh knows. Tesh knows. Tesh, should I tell them or should I keep it secret and make them suffer? Let's just wait a moment.
I kind of want the
Axe Mistress, you didn't arrive late. You've been here the whole time. Your name is Rena the Destroyer. Hey, Axe Mistress.
It's me.
That's right.
the Spider-Man meme. You.
Axe, I appreciate you. If you use the Fortune's Favor now, Scott'll let you help me retroactively and give me the other smite.
Axe Mistress, can you type exclamation point DADDIES and then press enter? Yes, it is what it sounds like. Exclamation point daddies. DADDIES. Enter. Or return if you have an old keyboard. If you want to spill the beans. Sorry, Axe Mistress can't Fortune's Favor you. They can give luck if they wanted to, but they probably want to save it for a rainy day.
Especially since we can't roll luck again on the same roll.
Oh.
But I can. Oh my God, Saga.
Jesus. Oh no, Joey. Joey, please tell me that this Fortune's Favor that you're doing, assuming it's a Fortune's Favor and not something else, please tell me that it's for Messi and not Tyler. And watch, it's totally gonna be a TC. Now I have to watch.
I'm gonna laugh if it's a trump card.
I'm just gonna stare right at my monitor.
He's just waiting.
Oh, Josh, you weren't here earlier. I got a new microphone. I literally got a new SMB microphone. It didn't fix the static, as you could probably hear. So it doesn't work. And I wrote it around my preamp. So I can't. It's not my preamp at all. So it's definitely gonna have to be the Focusrite or something with the software. So I just ordered a new Focusrite. It should be here on Easter, and I'll try to unless they lied about the delivery day, and I'll try to see if that fixes the problem. But it makes me sad having so many problems with my sound. So
It's a difference. It's such a massive difference between the smite
oh my God, that makes so much sense.
and the staggering smite. Oh, the Fortune's Favor makes a lot of sense. Or the trump card.
I'll read the first sentence because it's Joey, so it's like a paragraph. Snaga is the god of the forge.
Oh. Is Snaga actually? That makes sense because the molten, we use the molten. That's how we made your armor. That's how we made Rena's armor.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's sick.
I get what I wanted, Scott, don't I?
Not at the moment, Josh. I'd totally love to have you over to come check out what I'm doing and give suggestions on how to fix it. Obviously not this weekend, right? But
ooh, this is interesting. I'm excited about this.
I actually have to think for a minute. But Tyler, Messi looks really tired. Maybe we should handle this next week. Yeah, Messi looks really tired. It's already 2 a.m, so we should handle this next week. We'll literally open with this next week because it allows you to contemplate. Because the Fortune's Favor is more than just Rena missed the die roll by 1. Like it's so much bigger than that. So I'll have to think about what it is and make it pretty awesome to make it worthwhile for you. Because his Snaga's the god of the forge is a really fucking good open. I can't even argue with it.
That already is an epic open.
Yeah, I won't lie. It's like it's a Fortune's Favor. Rena only missed the die roll by 1 for what you already, well, technically by 3, but whatever, you know what I mean. By what it was. Yeah. All right. Let's do our outro and then we'll go raid somebody we love. Yeah.
Snaga, you're great.
We'll allow Messi to go first because he's tired, so he can get it up one last time, and then we will move on from there.
Well, Scott, if it makes you feel better, I've had it up the whole time, just for you.
Thank you for taking those pills.
Messi was taken. It was my Twitch. I just kind of do this on Fridays, and kind of the same thing on Wednesdays on Lush Initiative, and a lot of Pokemon as of recent.
Yo. For sure, though, I'm sad I didn't get around to watching it today, but I was resting. But I'm enjoying you guys doing your Nuzlocke linking. It's awesome. I give you guys so much.
Tyler, I'm sorry, but Sparky has passed away. If you didn't know,
Sparky has died today.
No.
Yeah.
He died yet. He died Monday. Sparky has died on Monday.
Who was Sparky linked to on your team, Rena?
You're Starly, right?
My Starly. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I killed my. Well, I didn't kill my Starly, but the Starly died to an Onyx, and then today,
Does that mean you
our
can't
Machops
get?
died.
Oh, does that mean you
Yeah,
can't
our
get
chops died today.
Can you not get a Starly or a Machop now moving forward?
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean, unless
can't.
we encounter them on a new route.
Well, I have my Starly still. She lost hers, but our Machops were linked, so we lost the Machops. We don't get any more Machops. So no Machamps. We were going to trade our Machops to make them Machamps. We don't get that. Scott's just nodding along.
I know what
anyway,
Machamp
that's
is.
it for
I know what
me.
Machamp is. I know that one. I know that one. I know that one.
Nuzlocke is where if your Pokemon faints, you release them or get rid of them. They're dead.
Oh, you guys talking about this like recently, and it's dumb.
No, it's
Cool.
how Pokemon should be, man.
Excuse
If they
me.
die, they die.
I learned Pokemon through Michael Vick. You do not let them go. Continue.
It's dog fighting.
See, Githane gets it.
I'd rather not continue.
No,
Rita?
that's enough.
That's
That's
it.
enough. That's enough. Yep.
Rita?
That's a hot take, Githane. That's a hot take.
Would you like to? Yeah, it's just digital dogfighting. That's right. Rena, would you like to say anything else about your digital dogfighting?
Nope.
Okay. So
Not
you're
really.
you're perfectly fine with your Raichu electrifying some poor.
So wait,
Growlithe.
when a lion kills a gazelle in the Sahara, is that physical dog fighting?
Nope.
No, not related.
The reason
Okay,
why is
okay.
because they weren't trained and rewarded or punished for poor actions prior to and intentionally put into that location.
Well,
for
they
one's
were
fame or
because
fortune.
if they didn't do that, they'd die. So they kind of are punished for not doing it, if you think about it. Kind of like how you're punished for playing D&D, Scott, by having us around all the time.
I won't lie, you guys do make me suffer a considerable amount.
You're the one who asked me to play.
Well,
What are you
listen,
talking about?
my childhood had a couple of fun, quick-witted people like my buddy Nick, but then I also was surrounded by dull people like Mike. And it's nice being surrounded by people that can make me cringe a little. Like, oh god, my life sucks, because Mike just made it easy. I'd be like, well, I could be ashamed of myself, or I could be that guy. So no, it's so much easier. I miss Mike being around.
Text
Moving
them.
on. Text him. I rated him the other day. If you know what I'm saying. Tyler,
Send him a snap of your boner and say, you up? See what he says.
I would totally download an image from the internet and send that to him. That's not
Yeah,
beyond
that's
me.
fair.
I would definitely do that. Tyler.
First
Tyler.
of all, make sure and check out Rena and Messi's streams with the Pokemon stuff.
That's nice.
They're
Tyler,
great people.
Tyler, you posted a video yesterday on YouTube. That's
Let
about
me
an
get
hour,
to it. I was getting there. Let me start.
about 2 minutes long. I'll get ready. Where's my lotion?
So,
I gotta download the VODs.
I did a nice little goof yesterday. If you guys don't know, yesterday was April Fool's Day. The only thing is my stuff.
No,
I
that was
do
2
when I
days
make a
ago.
joke is not a prank. That was yesterday. Anyway, so you should check out that video and find out what's in store. But there is content being produced on OnlyFans. That's all I'm gonna say. OnlyFans.com/Tyfro. If you want to check it out. There is a small fee of $3 because you get 40% off, but I'm going to be posting stuff, hopefully recording some stuff this weekend to post on there. And it's not necessarily what you think, but there's a
I
reason
hope
it's called
what I think.
Tyfro.
I want it to be big and bushy, baby.
So, but you should
I
definitely
want it
check
to be
out the
big
YouTube video
and bushy,
because
baby.
I edited that myself and it's a lot of fun and you should check it out. But it's a great video. Why are you guys shaking your head like don't do it? Support me.
No, it's Scott. We're shaking our head
Oh.
at Scott.
Oh.
All right, everybody, remember, Jesus was slaughtered needlessly yesterday by a group of terrible people, and
be
then
back.
he's going to come back, though, in 2 days because, actually what they
He's
did was pretty
respawning.
cool. He's just got a 3-day cooldown, and then he returns. So, that whole thing happens if you believe in it. So, happy Zombie Day on Sunday, which it might
What do you
already
mean,
be
if you
Sunday.
believe in it?
Well,
That's just what happened.
I mean, I don't believe that Zombie Day is real, but I celebrate it with eggs because nothing says zombies like eggs and
Like
candy.
eggs, yeah.
But Brittany, no,
Every
I'm
morning.
not joking.
That's what I love zombies so much I eat eggs and candy every morning for breakfast.
Listen. Zombie Day is amazing because Brittany makes some of the best French toast. She makes this amazing like French toast casserole pan thing, and like all these other like. Usually when we host it for like the 50 people, she has like these mini. Rena, you might like this. These mini. My apologies. I said Rena because in my head I was thinking tiny food, which makes me think of a character from She-Ra, and for some reason you remind me of the character from She-Ra. Don't worry about it. She's awesome, and she loves tiny food. Anyways, so she makes tiny muffins. Like you guys have seen tiny muffins before, like the little ones, but they're pancakes. So it's tiny muffins that are pancakes, and then she makes this cream cheese syrup kind of like cream cheese frosting-y thing that she like makes herself. With like maple syrup, but like 100% pure maple syrup from like Vermont or whatever. And she like mixes it together and makes it like so good and drizzles it all across the top of these tiny pancake muffins. They're fucking amazing. And like all this. Anyways, I'll see if I can take a picture of the food for you guys. But hey, guess who's streaming?
Me. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. You.
Well, we're going to go raid our friend.
Is it Josh?
Maggie?
Yes, let's go raid Josh.
No, raid Maggie.
We're gonna
No,
raid
Josh. I want to raid Josh.
Josh
Alright,
already raided
everybody.
us.
You guys know what your message
No,
is
we
going to
raided
be.
him back.
You guys know what your message is going to be. If you're a subscriber,
Planet Zoo, more like Planet Poo.
if you're a subscriber on Lost Initiative,
More like Planet Poo.
or if you have X number of bits dropped here, you know what emotes you can do. I hate you all.
Scoot your way into Maggie's zoo.
Planet Zoo. More like Planet Poo.